What's going on, people? It's your boy Tops back again for another morning show. Tops in a morning show. Before I get into it, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. T-Chanzo Sports, the home of sports. So today I'm going to be talking about Hugo Ekitike being linked with Arsenal, as well as obviously Chelsea making two signings. Do you guys agree with the signings they've made? All of that good stuff. So yeah, should be a good show, man. Should be a good show, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button in the building. Obviously, Carlos is back again. Chelsea heavy. He says this morning should just be about Chelsea. Of course, he's going to say that. Signing Pedro once again, making moves for Maresca and finally recruiting for the manager. We'll see things you never see. You bums. Darren Martin, big up Darren as well in the building, says no thanks. Big up Darren as well, man. Make sure you guys like the video, comment when you need to comment as well. All of that good stuff. But yeah, Hugo Ekitike to Arsenal transfer bombshell has dropped as Andrea Berta considers two stunning moves. Obviously, this is from Football London. This news dropped yesterday, man. It says Arsenal have emerged as contenders to sign Hugo Ekitike, according to reports in Germany, man. So, yeah, I'm not seeing too much of him, to be honest with you. The only real game I've seen him play was the two-legged game against Spurs, which obviously he scored a goal. But yeah, bar that, I know obviously he's been doing good things, obviously, in the Bundesliga as well for Frankfurt. But yeah, he says also I've reportedly joined the race to sign Frankfurt star Hugo Ekitike. The Gunners are said to be pursuing of the signing for the French under-21 international with Liverpool, Manchester City, and Chelsea. So a few teams obviously after him as well. And he's still relatively quite young, man. It's actually very interesting to see how much he would actually go for as well, man. Again, he got 15 Bundesliga goals in 33 games. He's 23, just turned 23 as well, literally last week. So, yeah, man, still relatively young for sure. But yeah, we'll see obviously how it goes on in terms of us trying to recruit him. But yeah, it says Mikel Arteta's side continue to be linked with the attacking additions to the summer as part of their restructure of the squad in order to take their challenge for the Premier League summit a step further. Sporting Lisbon striker, obviously, but Gyökeres and highly rated RB Leipzig prospect Benjamin Sesko has been obviously monitored as targets for the Gunners, but reports suggest that little progress has been made. So yeah, there's still obviously no official bid. I know there's been rumors that we've bidded for Gyökeres, but there's no actual official bid for either striker. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, man, if we just bidded for someone else, bro, because I can't see what the holdup is. I know people are saying it's July 1st. That's when we're going to really obviously see Arsenal announce official signings because the PSR kind of restrictions reset for another 3 years, I think it is, they're saying. So again, we'll have a bit more leeway to sign players, but I don't know, man. There's obviously a reason why there's not even any rumors that we're gonna bid for either player. Do you know what I mean? It feels like we still don't want to pay what both Sporting and Leipzig both want. I don't know if we're using the fact that we're going for two to try and put the price down for both, so then we get a cheaper option. I'm not too sure, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that, man. It says according to the German outlet, also I've entered the hunt to sign Ekitike as one of the alternatives. Pardon me, to Gyökeres or Sesko. The Gunners Sporting director Andrea Berta is also to be considering former Manchester City star. Wow, Julian Alvarez as well as Ekitike, but the Argentina only made the move to the Spanish capital to play for Atletico Madrid last summer. Bro, the Alvarez deal that'd be 100 mil surely, at least, bro. At least, man. So yeah, I can't really see that happening, to be fair, especially if you want a left winger as well, man. It's just going to be too much peace in the one window, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think he'd come anyway. Obviously, he left City because he didn't really like the climate of the country, which is fair enough. Grew up in Spain. And then, yeah, obviously, City didn't have a regular role. Even though he played a lot of minutes, he didn't have the role he wanted, which was up front, because obviously he had to accommodate for Haaland. He was playing on the left, playing in the 10. So, yeah, he'd have to play up front for us, which, again, I have no problem with. But I just don't see him wanting to come to us, to be honest with you. It's also been claimed that new Gunners chief and Arsenal do not want to splash out 84 million rated forward if they can't manage to strike a deal. Bro, if we don't want to pay X amount for these guys, I've seen that our budget is like 60 million or something like that. That's like the maximum we'll go. So if we don't want to pay more than 60 mil for these two, then I can't see us paying 84 for Ekitike, to be honest with you. But he says there that not hoping to strike up a deal and a higher sum would be needed. Ekitike will then become a possibility. However, there is a Premier League competition in the form of Premier League champions Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester United, man. They've obviously claimed, the German publication, that Liverpool have held talks with Ekitike's representation, and I've later been known that the attacking edition is among the priorities. Obviously, they need to get rid of Nunes before, I think, to make up room in terms of like the squad and whatnot. So yeah, man, there's a lot of work to do for sure. There is a lot of work to do for sure. Big up, obviously, Carlos. It says Arsenal creaming off Chelsea targets as per. Brother, you do the same, man. What you must be talking about? You're always linked with the guys we want as well. Joke, I see you linked with Sesko. You also be linked with bro. Joke, man. But yeah, man. Obviously, you know what it is as well. There's just not a lot of good players about. I'll be real, bro. Like, it's just the same man, the same names we're hearing for like 3-4 teams, man. Like, there's not a plethora of good strikers or good attackers or good wingers. So obviously, people are going to be that are one in the same position. They're going to just try and go for the same players, man. Obviously, you signed Pedro, but Newcastle are after him as well. So this is what I mean, man. It's just that you got like the top 5 or 6 just going for the same kind of forwards, same kind of wingers. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, Manchester United Tottenham lost out to Manchester United for Mbuemo. And again, everyone's just going for the same players, man. Because there's not a lot of quality about, especially if they're quote unquote prem proven. So yeah, man. But yeah, despite winning the top flight crown in 5 years, Liverpool have been active in the transfer market, spending over 200 million with Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, and Kirkes among the attacking additions at Anfield. So yeah, obviously they face some interest in some of their current attacking force with Gakpo looking to have potential suitors. No way, I won't get rid of Gakpo, man. I think he was quality last year. Kind of went under the radar, man. I feel like he quietly did his business and obviously contributed quite efficiently, to be honest with you, throughout the entire season. I know that Diaz, there's been obviously rumors for the last couple of years that maybe he might want to go to Barcelona or maybe he wants to go to another country. So yeah, there's always been rumors about him. And then Nunes is obviously the most strong rumors about him going to Napoli. With obviously potential suitors there. Saudi Arabian clubs have also been linked with some of the Premier League winners players, with Nunes in particular facing a future away from Merseyside. Reports suggest that his future lies elsewhere from the Premier League, with Serie A champions Napoli interested in a possible deal as they look to recoup some of the hefty fee they paid Benfica for his services, man. I mean, I think it was 70+ million or something like that, 90 million euros. So yeah, man, they would do well to get half of that, to be fair. If they can get 35-40 mil, then I think they've done a solid, just because again his stocks have definitely gone down since that move there. Not really done it in the Premier League in terms of scoring consistently. So yeah, I think getting half of the money for him in a league where obviously Serie A is not known to be buying players for 60, 70, 80 mil anyway. So yeah, because they don't really have too much money in Serie A in terms of obviously the TV dealerships and stuff like that. So yeah, I think getting 35-40 for from Napoli for him will probably be a decent amount, if I'm being honest, man. Can put it back into the kitty and go on from there, man. It says the suggestions, so the speculation suggests that if a deal for the Ukrainian could be struck, it will open the door for Liverpool to enter the market for a replacement with Ekitike, dubbed contender to fill the void. That's not contender, but yeah, to fill the void. Any deal for the 23-year-old is likely to cost a significant sum, with Frankfurt demanding 100 million euros, 85 million pounds for his services. A lot of money, man. A lot of money for a guy like, again, it's already this season he's come to life in terms of obviously clubs wanting to sign him and obviously fans knowing exactly who he is and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like they're trying to cash in. I mean, they did get 60 for Mamouche, who you could argue might be a better player than him, or has shown more signs of being a goal scorer. But yeah, they're definitely trying to cash in as much as they can while he's obviously in demand. He's one of the most interesting strikers on the European market. This is what I'm saying. Hugo has decided that. The Bundesliga club sporting director said. So yeah, I'm glad we have him. If he decides otherwise, that's our motto. If a player develops faster than us, we let him go. So at least they know. Obviously, if the guy needs to go and needs to be sold, then yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man. Big up everyone tuning in, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. It says Chelsea match starting 9 p.m. And bro, I'm so glad I didn't do that game, man. Oh my days, and have me up till 2 a.m. blood. Brother, that's another thing as well. If we're having a World Cup in some of these American countries, yeah, next year, bro, they need to pat it up and fix up on where we're gonna have them, because man can't be starting the game at 9, yeah. Like, so I think it's Chalobah that said the game started on Saturday, and then in Sunday, bro, like, because of the massive delay, the gaps, the 2-hour delay because of the storm. And the thing is, as well, the wickedest thing is because it was only 5 minutes left of the game, and then the game went into extra time because they scored a penalty. So yeah, it was crazy, man. But yeah, man, it's mad. Man's there. Big up Darren, says you lot scammed the win. Obviously, I've seen, because obviously I start watching it at 1-0, and then I seen on Twitter that obviously it got delayed or whatever. Because I started watching like 80th minute. And then, bro, I think I was up still about 1:30, and then the game hadn't restarted yet. I was like, what the hell? Man said, yeah, scam the 4-1 win, blood. LOL. Man said, you're not making it past the quarters, bro. LOL. Man said, Darren, this is a cash collector competition. Cry more, blood. Obviously, they're getting what? I don't know how much per win in it. I've seen that they've already paid for the lap based off the wins. Bro, I didn't realize how much you got for a win, man. I think it's like 10 mil or something, 8 to 10 mil each time you win obviously a game in the tournament. So it's easy peas, brother. Easy peas. Big up 7 on D. Ours is big up Tops. Big up, bro. Big up the chat. The 1st of July is almost here, so be prepared for the so-called expected bomber. Now, I hear it, bro. This is the kind of time where I'm expecting Arsenal to be coming out of the blocks firing, innit? I want 3, 4, 5, 6 signings, bro. If you're sending out the PR saying, yeah, we're waiting for the 1st of July, then we can actually announce these signings. Brother, I'm expecting a mad thing. Do you get me? Like, I don't want to hear the obviously Zubermany call. He can come in, but everyone knows about that. Everyone and their dog knows about that signing. I want real Neil. Like, I want the striker targets to be announced, bro. That we're bidding for a player, and then we go on from there. I don't want to see the likes of the same old reports of we're still deciding between the two come July 2nd, July 1st. Like, bro, make a decision and just try and go for said player in it. Do you know what I mean? Because again, time's ticking. We're gonna go obviously to preseason as well. I think that kind of starts the preseason camp in Spain. I think starts the 9th of July or something. Then we go on to Singapore on the 19th to the 20th. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do, people. We got a lot of work to do. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you smash the like button on this video, man. Man said money out for mech. What? Yeah, listen. Oh, money has to. Oh, he has to run, bro. Run me the peas. You get me? So yeah, man. Man said you're not making it past the last 16. Now they're in the quarterfinals now, bro. So yeah, I guess you mean the quarterfinals. But yeah, I mean they've got obviously that Brazilian team. I think they'll beat them, and then potentially they might have either. Is it what? Who's on their draw? I think it's the Man City in it on their side. So yeah, it could be sticky, man. It could be sticky, man. Man said not in my Ross cabinet. Joker, big up the chat, man. What? Prepared to be disappointed, man. Yeah, I know, man. It's not looking good, bro. Hopefully we're not, guys. Hopefully we're not. Hopefully we can sign some decent players. You know what I mean? But fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. Big up says hi. Newcastle start. So this guy says this every single time. Hopefully, I mean, you're not going to sign Pedro now because he's going to Chelsea. Actually, that's a decent little segue to go on to that obviously deal. Man said agreed. Arsenal is Arsenal after all. Listen, I don't blame anyone that doesn't have any faith. I'm pretty much the same in it. The only thing I'm doing is just praying that they change their dirty ways, man, and they actually come through. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, listen, I understand it, man. Like the fans are not going to give the club any kind of leeway, any kind of benefit of the doubt after the last 2 Januaries that we've had in it, because they've absolutely stunk, especially last summer as well. Absolutely stinky transfer window. So yeah, man, I think fans are waiting for them to be obviously 1 surprise, but 2 more importantly to be actually fulfilled in terms of you actually getting the players that 1 we need, and 2 the positions that we need to cover as well. So yeah, that's why I say for me, bro, we need 3 attackers, man. We need a cover for Saka. We've been literally needing one since Pepe left in 2021, and we still ain't got one. So we need a cover for Saka. We need a striker, and we need a left winger, man. Upgrade on Martinelli and Trossard, bro. At least this that's the minimum for me. If we get 2 out of 3, I'm still not gonna be happy, man. Because again, you're still just kicking it down the can on what we actually need. Because again, Saka's gonna need a backup, one stage. You know what I mean, especially if you're gonna play Ethan in that 10. Obviously for me, a youngster can't cover 2 positions, bro. Like either or either, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that, man. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we actually do the business, man, and get it over the line. Man said we'll see what Bert is really made of for sure, man. I mean, again, and this is the thing, man. There's a lot of pressure on Bert to come through. Obviously, he did get a lot of hype, and I feel like a lot of Arsenal fans were hoping that him coming in would be a change of fortunes in terms of actually also winning things, because he can obviously negotiate us getting the proper players in, and maybe our improvement in terms of selling players improve as well. Because again, like I said, I did that list on one of the shorts that our record sign is still Oxlade-Chamberlain at 35 mil, and then you look at all the other teams like Chelsea, you got Hazard for 86 for 89, sorry. Then you got West Ham with Declan Rice. Even like Man United, I got fucking Ronaldo for 80s. Like, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of players that have been sold over the last 15, 20 years that have gone for massive money. Everyone except Arsenal, and you considering who's actually left our club: Aubameyang, Sanchez, even Partey, Ozil, and have all literally left for free or minimal money. So yeah, man, it's definitely an area we need to improve on. But yeah. There is a lot of pressure on him, but again, this is the job you're going into, and this is the job that obviously the pressure that should be on every part of the Arsenal like players or hierarchy. So the players, in terms of manager, like that determination of trying to win. But yeah, man, it's absolutely crazy, man. Big up everyone tuning in, man. Make sure you guys like the video if you've not already. Master Burr can just remove the mask. We all know it's Ed. Man said Ed do. Man, what? It's a Scooby-Doo thing, yeah? You know when they reveal the bag at the end, bro? I would have got away with it and if it weren't for you meddling kids and that. That's crazy. Man said, who the players on the bench at CWR we link with today? I know the Rodrigo thing's crazy because, again, it does look like he's not going to be a figure part of the Real Madrid team based off the first, 3 games. He was on the bench for 2. I don't think he played for at least one of them. I can't remember if he came on in the 3rd game. But, yeah, I don't know, man. So it seems like something fishy is going on. For me, Rodrigo, again, I know it's a decision which you probably think is going to be happening after the tournament. And the tournament ends in a couple of weeks. But if we get this ball rolling, especially when we're out in pre-season tour, because we don't want, for me, I don't want it to linger into the likes of August and stuff like that. And the fact that we're looking at Eze as well could actually possibly mean that, well, yeah, we've got some replacements in store for sure, man. So fingers crossed we do. I said Madueke. Listen, bro, that's the guy we need to avoid at all costs, man. I don't want no Madueke. Even if we need a backup for Saka, just get someone that's a bit more efficient than that, man. Because yeah, bro, it's just gonna be frustrating, isn't it? If he actually gets proper game time and game minutes, man. But obviously, going on to the likes of Chelsea, yeah, they've agreed a deal for Jamie-Gittens, and obviously the battling for João Pedro. They're gonna sign João Pedro as well. He's gonna sign a 7-year deal. I thought they cut this out. I'm guessing that the appeal that the Premier League clubs were making, because I know they were making an appeal for it to just be 5. Obviously got rejected because, again, 7-year deal, man. A lot. It's a long time to put them on a one contract. But yeah, he said Chelsea have agreed a deal worth about 55 million to sign Borussia Dortmund winger Jamie-Gittens, and are competing with Newcastle for Brighton forward João Pedro. Obviously, they're going to get him as well. Obviously, Maresca is looking for attacking options this summer and is keen to bring a right-footed left winger after sending Jadon Sancho back to Manchester United. Mikhailo Mudryk is also unavailable after being charged by the Football Association with doping offences, man. So there's a lot of there's a lot of things to obviously take in there in terms of Chelsea losing 2 potential players, Mudryk and obviously Sancho going back, and yeah, them getting this guy. But I've never seen him play, if I'm being honest, guys. Big up everyone in the chat, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Big up Darren. I highly doubt we sign Eze. Listen, for me, that's the kind of player that we need to be signing. And I'd call me greedy, but we should be going for Eze and Rodrigo personally, because again, we need cover, or we need someone to push Odegaard in terms of that number 10 position. Eze can do that, and then we need a left winger upgrade anyway. If we're a serious club, we'd definitely be going on that kind of front, man. Big up Shane, my bro, man. Hope you're well, my guy. Big up Shane being in the chat. Make sure you guys subscribe to Shane, doing good things. He'll be obviously on at 10:30 doing his full Irish breakfast. Big up Shane. Cool guy. And yeah, hope you're well, my friend. He says, if buts and a big if Rodrigo becomes available, he ain't coming to us. City and Bayern will be ahead of us. And listen, you can't really blame him as well, because the kind of obviously thought process in terms of him going to a City or Bayern ahead of us is that they win trophies and they win league titles on a regular basis. So yeah, if it's a shootout between the 3, unless we offer more like money in terms of contract, in terms of wages, in his contract, I can't really see him coming to us either if we're competing. I just thought we potentially could have a clear run, potentially, depending on obviously how we're kind of negotiating the deal. If it's a case where we're already talking to him behind the scenes already, you know how obviously it works, then potentially we could obviously be in the forefront of actually getting a Rodrigo over the line. That's the only way I can see us doing it, because like you said, competing, it's looking like a long day. The only feel kind of draw we've got is the fact that, again, we can offer him that left-sided spot. That's definitely going to be guaranteed. Maybe the other teams can't. And yeah, the wages, man. We're going to be making him our highest paid player at the club. Something like that, man. But otherwise, it's going to be long, man. Big up Darren says, big up Shane. Big up Shane as always. Shane says, big up Darren. Big up everyone in the chat, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button. We can monetize players across 5 years, but 7 years stops them running down their contracts and leaving for a free. I love this club and how they conduct business. I mean, yeah, I'm surprised that not a lot of other teams are actually cutting on and doing the same thing. Maybe they don't want to commit to 7 years for a player, but yeah, I mean, that's why you don't have a situation like we have with Thomas Partey and Jorginho, where we just let them go on a free and not actually got any kind of fee for them, to be fair. Like, I do have to admit, it's not good business from Arsenal letting these prize assets go that we've paid a lot of money into the club. Like, obviously, Liga was saying that all in, we've spent 100 mil on Partey in terms of wages and obviously his transfer fee. And you look how we got value for money. Yes, he's been, when he's fit, he's been one of the best midfielders in the league for sure. But he's not been fit that often, guys. Like, when you actually think about it, last year was probably the most he's been available for an entire season. And then probably the season that we obviously were 8 points clear a couple of seasons ago in the title race. Even that season, he was injured. He missed the Manchester City game at home because we lost that 3-1. He missed the Man United game away. We lost that 3-1. So he still missed key games in that season, even though he was fit for a large part of it. And in the other seasons, he's been out for literally months, whether it's start preseason, whether it's in the middle of the season, whether it's the whole season. Like, so yeah, when you look at that, 2 seasons out of 5 ain't great, if I'm being honest, man. Where you've actually been available to play. Obviously, injuries is not always his fault, but yeah, it's actually been crazy. So yeah, man, that's definitely something also have to improve on, man, because it's not going to be sustainable if you can't sell assets that, even though you have no use for them or that you're trying to move them on, you're going to get some kind of money for them. They can't just keep going on a free. That's Partey, Jorginho, Aubameyang, Ozil, Sanchez, just to name like a few off the top of my head. Never mind like Aaron Ramsey, Wilshere, Welbeck, Czech, like all these guys that we've got no transfer fee for any of them. So it's actually crazy when you think about it, man, because you consider if there was another club, you would have got at least a decent amount to reinvest into the team. So yeah, I think they definitely have to improve in that for sure. Man said Rodrigo would get that Saudi back already, bro, at 24. I don't know about that, man. There's no way. I feel like there'll be enough European teams that want to sign him in it. Like City will definitely be in the mix. I feel like they probably need, or they want another attacker there, depending on who it is, probably another wide forward player, considering if they're going to get rid of Grealish. So that could be a straight swap. So yeah, I think, and then Bayern Munich are definitely looking for a wide player anyway. They're looking for a wide player anyway. They were in the running for obviously Nico Williams. They were linked to Martinelli. So yeah, there's been a few, man. There's been a few obviously links for him. Man said all these links to Rodrigo, they're talking bullshit. Obviously, he's not buying it, man. He's not buying the Rodrigo links. I hear it, bro. I hear it. I hear what you're saying, my guy. I hear what you're saying. Rodrigo ain't ever playing Arteta ball. Yeah, these man are not on it, bro. Yeah, nah, you know what? It's one of those signings, yeah, where I'm not expecting us to sign him. I'll be honest. It's more like a pipe dream. I'll be so real because it's like, yeah, or signing a player like that from obviously Real Madrid in the obviously position we're in. It's like, I can't really see it personally because again, our wage structure's all over the place in terms of habits and stuff like that. So yeah, it's going to take a lot of jiggling around, a lot of shuffling around, and obviously a massive wage and a massive fee as well on top of that. And are also willing to pay it. The rumors are that he's their main priority, but whether we're willing to pay what obviously Real Madrid want, what he wants, and whether he's willing to come to us, that's 3 variables that all have to go obviously in line for it to happen. And I don't know if that's going to be the case, man. But we'll see. We'll see. I think there's more chances. I do think we will get a left winger though. Whether it's going to be Eze, who I think plays better in the 10, but yeah, or Rodrigo, or Lookman, or someone else, man. I do think we will get one, but it just depends on the quality and who it is, man. But yeah, we'll have to just wait and see, man, for sure. Man said not everyone wants to go to the Saudi kingdom. Yeah, and you look at Duran as well, man. Like he's not really having too much fun there. He's obviously going to Fenerbahce. I think he's on loan as well, which I did say that Fenerbahce or Turkish teams don't really have money like that, considering they paid 4 million for him. There's no way they're going to recruit that from a Turkish team. So getting him on loan is a steal, to be fair. You know what I mean? A player of his quality, especially if you want to win that Turkish league, especially if you want to, obviously, I don't know if they're in the Champions League. I don't think so. But yeah, it'd be a good steal for them. And again, he's a quality player, man. And he should smash it in that league because, again, he was scoring goals in the Prem. So yeah, he should be scoring goals in the Turkish league for sure. But yeah, it says Chelsea identified Gittens as a key target in January and have been obviously negotiating with Dortmund over the 20-year-old. I keep forgetting he's that young, man. 20 this summer. A fee has been agreed for the England under 21 international, who has had a interest from Bayern Munich. So what I was saying before, in terms of interest, it's just the same players in the transfer market, man. The Bayern Munichs, the obviously the Chelseas are all after left wingers. Arsenal are as well. And it's just the same kind of clubs just going for the same kind of players. But yeah, apparently he's already said yes to a 7-year contract, man. He's due to undergo a medical, but will be unable to feature for Chelsea at the Club World Cup. He's already played for Dortmund. Nice peak for them. So he's already played in the competition for another team, so he can't actually play again, which is obviously unfortunate. But again, it looks like Chelsea are also looking to sign a versatile forward and have muscled in Newcastle's attempt to sign Brighton forward João Pedro. The Brazilian international is a key target for Newcastle, who have already had a £50 million bid for him rejected. However, Chelsea are also interested in the former Watford attacker, and they believe they can convince him to join after opening talks with Brighton over a deal. Sam Joe, who brought João Pedro to Brighton, has since joined Chelsea. Bro, they've just got all they've done, yeah, is just recruited Brighton's fucking backroom staff here so they can get all their players, bro. The amount of money that's spent on that team as well, by the way, obviously Casado, Cucurella, Graham Potter, now João Pedro is crazy, man. But yeah, Brighton are holding out for 60 mil. Obviously João Pedro scored 30 and 70, decent return to be fair. There is hope that Chelsea, Newcastle, the fee can be lowered. I think it has been lowered to 55 to open to 60 in it. There was an article there. I'll have to try and go onto it later on. But yeah, crazy stuff. But it looks like Chelsea going to get their man or get both men. And is that a significant improvement in the Chelsea forward lineup? I do like João Pedro as a player. I think he's decent, to be fair. I've not seen too much of Gittens, so I can't really comment, to be honest with you, man. Can't really comment for sure, man. But yeah. On to obviously other news as well. Obviously, Arsenal, according to Fabrizio Romano, Arsenal's opening proposal for Christian Mosquera for the 40 million euros was rejected. Arsenal will return to the table and they hope to get a deal done for something around 20 to 25 million euros. He goes on to say Mosquera has said yes to a contract terms offered by Arsenal, who has said yes to Mikel Arteta and to Andre Berta, to everyone at the club, because he wants to play in the Premier League. He wants to go to Arsenal. Now, club to club, they are discussing, they are negotiating. I expect Arsenal to go very strong on this one once again. So it looks like this one's probably going to get done, probably maybe the end of this week, maybe next week. Again, it's one of those ones where, as I said before, I've not watched him play. Obviously, people that have watched the Liga say he's okay. He's someone that, again, is not ready right now, but potentially could be obviously improved on in the future in terms of him improving his skills. Well, yeah, I can't really make too much judgment on him, to be honest with you, until I see him play for myself. You know, everyone can go on like clips and highlights and stuff. And I'm not one of these players that's going to gas up a play if I don't know he's obviously any good or not, just because he's joining Arsenal. I know a lot of people do that, which is kind of annoying, to be honest with you. I mean, you just have to be honest in it and say if you've seen the player or not. And also, no one was calling for this guy to join before he was linked with us. So, yeah. But overall, I'm just more happy about obviously covering that right-sided centre-back position, because that was something I was talking about couple of weeks ago, saying that we do need a cover for Saliba just in case he gets injured, because again, we've not got a like-for-like replacement. You can't use Ben White because he's a right-back obviously option, as well as Timber as well. And I did read somewhere, I think it might have been Transfer Market, that he actually has played right-back for Valencia. So maybe that's another reason why we're signing him, because again, he can cover at right-back and right-sided centre-back as well. So another versatile player. How good he is will obviously be dependent on how we play him. So yeah, very, very interesting for sure, man. Very interesting for sure. But big up, obviously, the chat, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and like the video, man. Only on 6 likes, man. Get this up to 10 likes, people. Anyone in here, like the video if you've not already. Everybody's saying if Isak goes to Liverpool or even let City go for Rodrigo, you can just wrap up the trophy for them. But as the Arsenal, you'll always be showing players nearly FC. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, bro. I mean, again, because, both of those teams have got better managers than Arsenal, because obviously both of their managers have won the league. You could argue that Arsenal need a better team to kind of even it out, level the playing fields, because they'll have the better manager, we'll have the better team or squad, and then it'll be like a kind of foot race. But if they have a better manager and then have a better squad, it's going to be near impossible to catch them in it, because again, statically they're going to have obviously better, and obviously in terms of player quality, they're going to be better as well. So yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't think Liverpool will get Isak this window, potentially next one. I think they'll probably get maybe a striker that's a bit less than obviously Isak. To replace Nunes, but even with that, I still think they've got enough goals, especially if Salah is even half what he was last year. Remember, he got 29 league goals. Even if he gets like 18 to 20, you can spread it out for obviously the other players as well that you're going to be getting in. And I still think they'll be definitely up there for sure. In terms of City, we already know with Rodri back and obviously Render's in there as well, and obviously the strength and depth they've got with Shaqiri as well. So yeah, they've got a lot of players, man. So with Shirky, sorry. So yeah, they've got a lot of players for sure. Man said that's how you get that's how you lot get stuck with duds like Sterling on big wages for many years. And Cuckoo and Felix are leaving. Yeah, I seen Cuckoo potentially is going to Manchester United. I know Felix, there was a bid. I can't remember what team it was. It might have been Benfica. I'm not even sure. There was a team that were preparing for a bid for Felix. I think it was like 30 mil or something. So yeah, Sterling will leave. Manawaki will leave. That's crazy. So there's a lot of players that are leaving, man. There's he wanted Pedro. He hasn't made any signings until the season, so these guys are for him. That's fair. That's fair enough. I mean, to be fair, last year you were kind of getting players where you're thinking, why are you getting like a Felix? Why are you getting like players upon players that will play in the same position? And you just thought, why are you getting these kind of players when they all play in a similar kind of zone in it. And then obviously now you're getting rid of them all. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, man, for sure. To be honest, Darren Sterling was recruited under the old hierarchy. Yeah, I mean, they didn't know what they were doing at the start. Obviously they got Aubameyang, they got kind of these players on massive wages who were aging, and that was kind of the mistake they made. And now they've kind of gone the other route now, where they're getting young players for sure. Koulibaly, yeah, that's another one. Had nobody on high wages that come to Chelsea since Aubameyang, Koulibaly, and Sterling. So yeah, you have changed your you have changed in terms of your strategy, in terms of buying, because all of these guys, I think, were near their 30s. I know Sterling was like 28, 29 when you signed him. Koulibaly was in his 30s. Aubameyang was in his 30s. And they all had high wages, man. So, yeah, I think they have changed. Man, it's the same policy, though. I said, how is it the same policy? LOL. Big up 7. This is, of course, this defender can agree terms because we're trouble with your wages. We are harsh on Saudi paydays. Come to Arsenal. We'll do the same when you get retired from winning trophies. No pressure, FC. Nah, you know what? It's true, man. I mean, yeah, of course he wants to go. Obviously, Valencia, they were near the bottom. They nearly got relegated for sure. So, yeah, it's a step up. He's going to be playing Champions League football, even if he's not going to be playing a lot. It's still going to be obviously around the training ground. It's going to be, again, like you said, tripling their wages as well. But nah, you know what? Like I said, bro, for me, it's more important just to try and get cover for that position. But again, it's not a signing where I think Arsenal fans are waiting for signings that are going to let them think or have them hope that they could potentially win the title or be close to the title like they were a couple of seasons ago. And at the minute, none of the signings, in my opinion, because again, I've not seen a lot of Zubimendi. I've seen Norgard. I've seen him play in the league for what, 3, 4, 5 years. I always thought he was a decent player, decent Premier League player. Nothing more, nothing less. I never thought and looked at him and thought, wow, he should be playing for one of the top 6. If I'm being honest, and I'm not saying it's a bad signing for in terms of depth, but again, it's not something that it's not a player that really wows me in terms of wow, can't believe we've signed him, and it does feel like a massive not letdown, but downgrade probably. Underwhelming. That's probably the right word. It does feel underwhelming. It's not something that you're like, wow, I'm glad we've got him in. Do you know what I mean? Listen, he could come in and he could be useful. He could provide good cover. He could obviously come in and fill in when there's injuries and actually be decent, put in decent performances. I'm not disputing that. Again, he knows the Premier League. He's played in it, and you might actually see him playing in a different team in a different system. You might actually see it a bit better than him than at Brentford, considering we're going to have more on the ball. So it'd be interesting to see how he does it in a team that dominates possession. But yeah, again, it's not a team that really, it's not a signing that really wows you. And then obviously this signing as well, Mascara, not a signing that really wows you, man. I feel like yeah, everyone's just waiting for the starters to come in for sure. We said Felix and Kelman were PSR dodging. Oh yeah, because obviously you had to do the swap with who did you swap in the end? I can't remember the whole thing with Gallagher and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, man. But yeah, you saw again. That's another player that you sold for a decent amount of money. To be fair, when you think at the time, not many Chelsea fans rated him as highly as obviously other people. So yeah, you did well to have to get some money for him for sure. But yeah, going on to obviously what I was saying about the whole the defender situation. I think that's the only real news, really. Obviously, Jorginho scoring a penalty. It's not about the women's. Obviously, yeah, those rumors and new noise about obviously. Martinelli potentially going to Saudi. Apparently that he's one of the options for, I can't remember what team it was, but I seen it earlier or earlier in the week, sorry. Obviously people saying, how would you rate Gabriel Martinelli's season out of 10? I thought he was pretty poor for the majority, if I'm being honest. There was a period where he had 2 or 3 good games, but bro, it's got to be under 5, man. You're talking 3 or 4 if we're being honest, bro. Yeah, he wasn't great. He wasn't great, man. Especially when you look at the games where obviously the bigger games as well. Obviously he scored away at the Bridge, but then he scored away obviously at the Bernabeu, but he did miss some vital chances. I remember the chance he missed it away at Bournemouth, away at Atlanta. He missed one at home at PSG. Like these are one-on-ones as well, so he did miss quite a lot of easy chances, man. But yeah, I wouldn't rate him too highly, to be honest with you. But yeah, obviously David Ornstein announced officially Thomas Partey will leave Arsenal when his contract expires on Monday, although the likely outcome will become clearer in recent weeks. A final call has been made with the club set to confirm his exit early next week. So yeah, he's going to be off. He's out of here. Not going to pay his contract. And it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Is he going to go Saudi? Remember, he can go on a free now. So it'll probably be a more attractive, obviously, opposition or attractive deal for the likes of like a Barcelona or someone like that. Maybe someone in Italy. I can see him playing for like a Napoli or someone. There's going to be a lot of suitors, I think, because again, He's still going to be he's 32. He just come off playing in the Premier League. He's not going to cost any kind of money. It's just really his fitness, and I can guarantee you, he'll go to another team and he'll be fit. He'll never get injured, man. It's just Arsenal, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Arsenal just have that tendency with players when they come to Arsenal, they're just injury prone as hell. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Obviously, just talking about Ekitike, whether people want him or not. Obviously, that was the article. Ekitike is a serious option for Arsenal. Voices are saying if Arsenal cannot significantly negotiate a price for Gyökeres or Benjamin Sesko, and a higher fee would be required for a new striker anyway, Ekitike will become a real attraction. So yeah, obviously definitely an option for sure. Big up Kurt, my bro. Hope you are, my guy. Big yourself up. Big yourself up, man. For sure, man. I said, do you realize you set up a stream for 2 a.m.? Was you drunk? Oh, nah, you know what it is? Nah, yeah, I need to set that again, man. Big up yourself for telling me that. Nah, you know what it is with StreamYard, yeah? Because they automatically set it for AM every single time. So if you forget to press the AM to PM, it will just set it to AM as well. So yeah, I need to sort that out, man. But yeah, big up for telling me, bro. I'll have to set it to obviously 2 p.m. after I've done this stream, my guy. But big yourself up for letting me know. But yeah, big up everyone in the chat, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Obviously, just on about free bits here, on about mascara again. That's pretty much all the real news from Arsenal, to be honest with you. Obviously, the check signing in 2015. Oh Lord, God, man, God. But yeah, man. Obviously, Ethan Wanyeri, congratulations to him. Obviously, under 21 Euro champion, then winning it back to back again, and yeah, him with the silverware, man. So hopefully, he can get. I mean, it'd be surprising to see if he obviously comes to preseason straight away, considering he's just literally ended his playing obviously season now with on the 21s. I'm guessing he's going to get 2 to 3 weeks rest. Obviously, we go to preseason July the 19th, so maybe he'll join up maybe towards the end of the month, innit? Do you know what I mean? Make him get a month and then he joins up towards the end, man. But yeah, big him up for obviously winning the trophy as always. Obviously, he's gassed. I got his medal there, but yeah, big him up, man. Hopefully, we see more of him in an Arsenal shirt for sure. As well, man. But big him up every single time. I said big up Mitchell, man, bro. Big yourself up, bro. Big up, mate. I hope you're well. I said this is my new account because I couldn't get into my old one. No worries, bro. Good to see you in the chat, man. You have to let me know what you think about Man United. I don't see you in a while since obviously they lost to Spurs in the Europa League final. Obviously, you've got a few signings through the door. Cunha's confirmed. Looks like you're gonna get Mbuemo, man. So you have to let me know what you think about United situation. Finishing 15th or 16th. I can't even remember, man. It was low anyway. It's crazy, man. Big up Darren says, when you're not being played more is a sackable offense. 100%, bro. Like, for me, he was one of our better players last year, bro. I feel like because obviously he got towards the end of the season, he wasn't really featured too much. I think people forgot how much of obviously in terms of attacking spark, he was in minimal game time where he didn't even start that much games. He was coming off for 10 minutes, but he was still making an impact, man. And any kind of in terms of creative spark or fluidity was coming from him, whether it's him obviously setting up other people's chances or scoring banging goals from outside the box, inside the box, clinical finishes, man. So yeah, we definitely have to see more of him, and we need to hear news about him renewing his contract, because I'm sure he's only got a year left. I'm sure it's the same as Miles Lewis-Skelly, so I'm hoping we hear some news about that, because again, this is a player you have to keep, man, for sure, because he can develop into a really, really proper player. And again, it saves you 100 mil. Like, I'm not even joking, because the money you're going to be paying on a player to replace him, or a player to do what he's doing currently now at this age, at 17, 18, eventually you're going to have to try and replace that with someone that's going to cost you 60, 70, 80 mil in it. So, bro, in the long run, bro, if you just try and trust your academy and just produce some decent players from there, then yeah, you save a lot of money for sure. Man said, what is it like to play for Miles Lewis-Skelly? Gary Michael he makes me feel incredible safe. I feel like that's a dig at Zinchenko, because I'm trying to think of other left backs that wouldn't make him feel incredibly safe. Obviously on the pitch, he's a great player with incredible quality. So yeah, that has to be, bro, because again, Zinchenko could definitely make some mistakes or two. Well, big him up. Obviously, he signed his new deal, and I'm glad he's obviously staying at the club as well, man. Man said, that's why I'm not a mod anymore. Oh, okay, I'll have to change it, man. I'll have to change it, my guy. I said, Man United fan, did you click forget my password? I said, I want Victor Gyökeres. Oh, you want Gyökeres? Obviously, we had Korean in there. Big up Korean in Man United fan. He doesn't want Gyökeres, and Vidic don't want Gyökeres because obviously he quote unquote rejected Man United. I feel like that kind of title was out of obviously wasn't the actually what actually happened in it. I feel like he just picked Arsenal rather than reject someone else. You know what I mean? Man said it doesn't work, Darren. Yeah, I'm not too sure how you can fix it, man. I don't know if you can obviously go to support and they can go in the back end, but yeah. So how have you been? How thoughts on your transfers? We got Mitchell, man. Good to obviously speak to you again, bro. I've been good, my guy. Hope you've been well. Obviously enjoying the weather and whatnot. It's been very hot for the last week or so and whatnot, bro. But in terms of my transfers, if I'm being honest, bro, very underwhelming if you're on about obviously Arsenal at the minute, man. Because again, I feel like because there was a lot of PR into this kind of transfer window saying this is going to be the transfer window. Arteta saying he's got goosebumps and all this kind of stuff. When you gas it up to oblivion and you literally threw away, you threw away the Premier League title and the Champions League when you didn't sign a striker. You could have got Watkins and you didn't want to pay the money. You kind of threw away the season because again we had loads of injuries. Injuries in key areas in terms of the attack. Saka, Jesus, obviously Havertz and Martinelli were all injured at the same time. When you do that and then you're building up this kind of transfer window, bro, you got to deliver straight away, bro. Like Liverpool, they were very smart. People weren't happy that Trent was leaving on a free. Obviously some were blaming the board, some were blaming obviously Trent as well. But straight away, bro, they got in Frimpong straight away, man. And that kind of just kills any kind of talk about who we're going to have to replace Trent, how we're going to obviously work out. Like, that just kills it dead. And I feel like with Arsenal, they should just got a striker straight away. And then people can stop talking about it and move on to something else. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. He said, what is this Newcastle you speak of? I said, big up James McAtee for winning the under 21 Euros. Yeah, man, big up McAtee, big up, obviously, as I said, Ethan as well. And yeah, Harvey Elliott was running the show, man. Scored in the semi, scored in the final as well. A player that's been linked with Brighton. Potentially a £50 million move. And this is what I was saying about Andre Berta, bro. Like, he needs to come in and he needs to try and get some money for that for our players. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real, like Harvey Elliott is a good little squad player for Liverpool, but he's not someone that's been a standout player for them. And to potentially be getting 50 mil for literally a squad player, someone that's not even like a starting 11 kind of player, is crazy to me, man. I know he's still young, but even so, man, that's a lot of money for a player that's not even really established himself in the Liverpool team. I know it's hard because obviously they're Premier League champions and they're at the top end of the obviously league. But even so, man, I feel like to get that amount of money, they've done well. But yeah, this is obviously Ben Jacobs talking about Gabriel Martinelli has been discussed as a potential option for Al Nassr. However, Luis Diaz remains their top target. So yeah, Martinelli to Saudi, man. Time to learn Arabic, buddy. Yeah, you know what? I won't be against this move, bro. If we could get a decent amount of money for him, even I'd rather probably keep him rather than Trossard. Because of the pace factor, the fact that you can bring him on off the bench, and in transition he'll be good to obviously running behind. Maybe can play that false kind of 9 kind of role where he's off the striker coming off the bench. I think he'll be a bit more efficient having that role compared to the role he has now. But again, if you need to obviously create money to try and get in a Rodrigo, then just do it, man. Like, again, we need to upgrade on these players eventually anyway. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can obviously make your starters your bench players, and you've obviously thicken and obviously upgrade your whole entire squad. Or you can just get rid of the starters and replace them with better starters, innit? Either or either, man. I'm not too forced. Again, Trossard's probably used to playing that substitute role anyway. So I'm not caught up on selling either, if I'm being honest, bro. I feel like they were both kind of the same level last year. I think Trossard has a couple of good games and then a couple of games where it was like meh. And same with Martinelli as well, man. So the only obviously favor Martinelli has is he's younger and he's obviously quicker off the ball. But I feel like they have different traits, but the consistency for either is kind of the same. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, link to Saudi would be obviously be very, very interesting, man. It says Elliot potentially going for 50 mil while we can't even get a call back from Martinelli. Shake my head. Legit, bro. 10 mil for Zinchenko is sending me. I know obviously his wages, I get that. His wages are high, but brother, 10 mil. You can't even get a 15, bro. That is, brother, we paid 35 for this guy, man. You can't even get 15 mil. It's a mad thing. It is actually crazy, bro. Like, for me, we should be getting at least half of the money. Do you know what I mean? Like, 10 mil is madness. That's so low. But yeah, matter how would you rate? Oh, bro, Odegaard's getting 1 or 0, bro. He was terrible. I still rate him as a player, but yeah, he was awful, bro. He was awful. I'm not even going to delve into that, man. He was terrible. But yeah, Mazlus Kelly has a great respect for Mikel Arteta as well as an enormous gratitude. Arteta has instigated the position switch to left back that has accelerated his development. Lewis Skelly recognizes the faith Arteta placed in him and is determined to repay it. This is one of the things where, again, to be fair, you can look at it both ways. You can look at it and say, well, if you was always going to have this faith in Miles Lewis-Skelly, why did you buy Calafiori? Kind of doesn't make any sense considering we spent a lot of money on him as well, and now he's kind of just been displaced, and he's going to be the first choice left back. So from that point of view, but then you could say, okay, maybe this article's true, and he has given them a lot of faith because he has given them a lot of game time. Why is he not doing that with Ethan? That's the thing I don't get in it. So again, a bit of a weird kind of article there in terms of giving him Arteta praise. It's just a very inconsistent in terms of he doesn't really give all of the young players obviously that kind of same gratitude in terms of being able to showcase their ability. Because yeah, you can save a lot of money for sure. You can save a lot of money for sure, man. Big up everyone tuning in, man. Make sure you guys like their video. Big up Mitchell, says happy Man United are getting in Buemo and Cunha. Very good players, man. I can't lie, Mitchell. I feel like you're doing a solid there getting two of those players because I think they're Premier League proven. They can score loads of goals. And again, it just improves your attack tenfold because, again, Garnacho is not it. You've seen Ahmad is an okay player, but I feel like he's more of a squad player that you can bring on and you can make obviously some impacts rather than a starter as well. Zertsky, again, needs, I think, better players around him, but not really out-and-out goal scorer. So, yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. And then you've got the likes of Højlund, who, bro, he's no good, man. Højlund is not good enough, man. So, yeah, I feel like you made some good signings, man. I said Man United want Martinez as well. Yeah, the goalkeeper, it feels like Aston Villa might potentially need to sell him because of PSR situations and regulations, which, again, I feel like, again, anyone's better than Onana, bro. Even Kepa, and I don't even rate Kepa like that. He's better than Onana. Onana is dread. Honestly, I think pound for pound, he's the worst keeper I've ever seen. I'm not even joking, bro. Like, when you consider how much money he's on, how much you pay for him, his wages, how many like, someone made, yeah, I should have done a reaction to it, man. Maybe I'll start to incorporate a new show, man, doing reactions to compilations because, bro, someone did a compilation on Twitter of the mistakes Arteta made since Amrin has been in charge. So that's from November to the end of the season. Bro, the compilation was like 5 minutes. That's not even a whole season, bro. That was like literally from November to May. A 5-minute compilation of the mistakes leading to goals, bro. That's how bad he's been just this season. Never mind all the mistakes he made last year. Bro, like, he's terrible. He's awful, bro. I say Man United needed much more than a left. Need much more. A centre-back, a left-back, a right-back, and a few midfielders. I agree, man. There's a lot of... bro, you know what it is as well, Mitchell? Like, there's a lot of stuff you need to do going outwards as well. You need to get rid of a lot of players. Rashford, Sancho, Anthony need to go. Who else is in there, man? There's a bag. Garnacho needs to go. I think Mason Mount, I don't think you'll sell him, but he's one you have to keep an eye on because, again, 60 mil, he's on nearly 300 grand a week. He's someone that you might have to move on as well. Bro, there's a lot of players you need to get rid of, man. Luckily for you, lots of Ericsson's going on a free. I think Lindelof's going on a free. I think you're keeping Johnny Evans again on like a coaching basis. So, yeah, man. Big up Waffle Don, my bro. What you telling me, bro? Hope you're good, man. Definitely have to collapse at some stage. Morning, bro. What you telling me, man? Man said heat. Nah, brother, it's hot, bro. I'm telling you, man. Man, sweating. So, yeah, man, big yourself up, man. Man said KMT. Bro, that AFC account is just some cult dude. Now, you know what? To be fair, he was just retweeting the thing. I think the quote came from it might have been The Athletic, man, to be honest with you, bro. I don't think it's like a particular account. I think he was just obviously quoting what they said about the Miles Lewis-Skelly deal, man. But yeah, man, I don't really agree with it, to be honest with you personally. But yeah, big up yourself being in the chat. Man said Manchester City could be selling James McAtee for 35 mil. Damn, are you selling him, bro? I know you had high hopes. Do you rate him as a player? I know he was supposed to be obviously part of the Trinity 3. Him, Oscar Bob, and your other guy, man. I can't remember his name, bro. The Rich Rest guy. I can't remember his name. But yeah, he was supposed to be the 3 man. But yeah, I said João Pedro should sign João Pedro for 70 mil. Deal move. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's meaning there, bro. But big example. Garnacho, they won't get rid. Bro, they have to get rid of him, especially with the whole thing he did with the shirt thing was crazy, in my opinion, man. That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts, man. You can't be doing that for sure, bro. You can't be doing that for sure. Like wearing another t-shirt with Rashford, who's out of favor as well, who's playing for another team and you're still signed to the team is crazy to me. Yeah, crazy, man. But yeah, we'll see if they do get rid of him. Hopefully he's gonna go to Arsenal. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he does go and how much they sell him for. I know Chelsea were after him in January, didn't end up getting him, but yeah, 60 mil they wanted him for him at the time. And they've opted to go for Gittens instead. Another player that Chelsea obviously are getting is this guy, João Pedro. Of course, it's a goal he scored against Arsenal. He scored twice against us, actually, in the 2 draws. That was the penalty. It says Chelsea agree a 7-year deal to sign João Pedro. They love these 7-year deals, man. The forward will cost in a fee in excess of £50 million. João Pedro is eligible for the Club World Cup, so potentially he could actually play in the competition they're already in. That would be a quick turnaround for sure. The Chelsea have reached an agreement to sign João Pedro from Brighton. The Brazilian forward was a target for Newcastle, but was only interested in the move to Stamford Bridge. Negotiations ramped up over the weekend and have concluded with Chelsea agreeing to pay a fee in excess of £50 million. The Brighton have been holding out for 60 for the 23-year-old. I didn't realize he was so young still, just because he's been around for Watford for a minute. And then Brighton has had a couple of seasons as well. So, yeah, still relatively young, who we signed from Watford 2 years ago. Chelsea have been looking for a versatile attacker, and João Pedro, who will sign a 7-year deal, is flying in from Brazil for a medical on Monday in the US. He will then join up for the squad for their Club World Cup quarterfinal game on Friday. The West London club have also agreed to sign, obviously, said that earlier, Borussia Dortmund winger Gittens for a fee of $50. Bro, Chelsea is spending peas, bro. That's 55 here. That's 60 here. Then they spent 30 on the lap. This is what you need to do, people, if you want to progress and elevate your team, man. You got to spend money in the forward areas, bro. You can't be and ahhing because you don't want to pay 50 mil. Yeah, that's the going rate. You have to pay it. Do I think like Gittens is worth it? I can't really say because, again, I ain't seen him play, to be honest with you. The other thing I will say, he's young, he's 20, so you could say maybe it's an investment for the future, one for the future. You could potentially get 10 years out of him if he's an amazing player. So from that point of view, it'll be a bargain if he's a really good player. But again, I've not seen him play, so I can't really justify or really have my opinion on him. João Pedro is a good player. I don't know, again, it's one of those ones where because obviously Arsenal spent 50 on Jesus, he's kind of in that kind of realm in terms of not really a clinical goal scorer, but a very silky player, someone that can obviously take on players. Dribbling wise, he's very good and can create opportunities, and he can play in a plethora of positions. So depending if you think that's worth 50 to 60 mil, then it's up to you, man. But again, Chelsea are spending, again, a lot of money in terms of their attacking options. Pedro, obviously, Neto, 60 mil, this guy, 60 mil. But it's what you need to do, man. It's what you need to do to really obviously try and elevate. At least they're trying to anyway. Whether it pans out or not, I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest, man. But you guys in the comments, let me know if you rate these brothers, man. I think he means Newcastle. I think he's a Newcastle fan. I'll get you, Darren. Big yourself up. I said James McAtee won't get much game time if he stays. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you have got a lot of players, man. Even like Foden as well, bro. Man says João Pedro is overrated. I don't see the hype. I think he's another decent Premier League attacker in it. I don't think, again, he's one of those players where, again, he's decent in it. He's decent. I think he's okay. He's decent. He's a decent player. Like, I've never looked at him and thought, oh, you should be playing for a top 6 team either, if I'm being honest. But I think because he's 23, there's obviously room to develop as well. So I don't know, man. It's one of those ones you gotta have to keep an eye on. I said Pedro plus the lap is damn good business. Proper signing, says Darren. Obviously, he's impressed with it. Mitchell says Garnacho must leave. Hopefully, someone like Villa, Arsenal, or Chelsea buy him. I know, obviously, there was rumors about Arsenal being involved. I know Chelsea apparently were inquiring in January. I'm not sure about Villa. I don't know if I've seen any links with him yet. But I think he will be off. He wants to stay in the Premier League, he said. So I could see him going to maybe even a Newcastle, man. Newcastle, Villa, depending on how much you actually are going to charge for him. But yeah, it's crazy, man. So we want to get rid of players, but none of them would eclipse the money we got for Oxlade-Chamberlain. I know, bro. The thing is as well, the only one that potentially could is Martinelli if he goes to Saudi. I feel like we could get 40, 50 mil from him from Saudi because they're willing to pay that kind of money for them kind of players. They play 64 for Duran. So, yeah, I feel like we could get that kind of region for him if he went there. Well, bar literally that player and that location, I don't think you're going to get more than probably 40 for the rest of the players like Zinchenko's, your Kiviors, like we want to sell. Trossard's another one. Apparently, I've seen a rumor that Trossard might be staying longer in terms of his contract negotiations now. It could be a contract until 2029, which would be very long considering he's just turned 30. So, but yeah, I don't know how true that was, to be fair. Big up Mitchell, he says, Delap and Pedro just seem like the players who Chelsea think they might be good in a few years. Yeah, I think that's the new policy, man. Carlos was saying earlier in the Chelsea fan, saying that they've changed their philosophy from signing the likes of Aubameyang, Sterling, Koulibaly, kind of Asian players on massive wages who are maybe even in their peak or past their prime. They're going for the more kind of younger model. Whether it works out or not, again, it's a massive risk, man. Again, because you're basically depending on them all kind of getting into their prime at the same time. So then you've got this kind of super team that are all pretty young, but all really thriving at the same time with each other. But again, it's a massive risk because again, players' developments don't always coincide with age. Some people are late bloomers, some people age obviously quite early on. So it depends, like in terms of prime wise, how it works out. But again, maybe they just want to keep their wages down. They want to have like a steady model in terms of them being able to afford these kind of players on smaller wages because they're younger, and then they can obviously maintain their wage bill a bit better. So I think it's all part of their overall plan, but whether it works or not, we'll see, man. We'll see. Bill Darren says Pedro is a good player, great for a mid-table team like Chelsea. Oh man, that's made me laugh. Big up Darren, bro. I said Chelsea just seem to me like they don't want to win the league now. Yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those ones where I feel like they are trying to build up like a overall squad that maybe can obviously go to the position of trying to compete for titles maybe in a few years' time if they all develop together. But again, it is a big risk, man, because that might not be the case for sure. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, and I said our problem is that we put players on ridiculous wages that nobody wants, and this is what I'm saying, man. They're doing the opposite to obviously what Arsenal have done, having the likes of Odegaard on 240, even Declan Rice is on 200 and something. It's a lot of 200s here, 200s there, and then you've got players that are not even contributing, like the likes of Tamiyasu on 100 grand, Reece Nelson's on 100 grand. He's not even at the club; he's normally on loan. I'm not sure what Fabio Vieira on. I think he's on like 80. So and that's the issue we've got, man. The players that are doing the bare minimum are on high money. They're on like starter money, bro. 100 grand a week is starter money for me, bro. Like that's what used to be the starter money back in the day, and it should be right about the same time now. If you're a starter for a big club, you should probably be on 100 grand. The 200 grand is for the elite players. That, for me, in my opinion, man. But we're just giving it to any Tom, Dick, and Jabroni, bro. Like Jesus on 265 is crazy. Obviously, Havertz is a madness, bro. So yeah, the wage bill needs to be altered, and the area you can drag that back down is if you get players out and get players in on smaller wages, which to the credit, even though it's an underwhelming signing, Norgard is going to be on significantly less than Partey, the 200 grand a week, and obviously Jorginho's 150, I think he was on a week. So yeah, that is the step in the right direction. But it's a tight balancing act because you got to try and maintain the quality of the player, but then obviously try and maintain the quality of the wages. So can you do both? I think you can, but it is difficult. I can't lie, because again, the better players are going to want more money. So what do? Do you get lesser players so you can keep the wages down, or do you get younger players and put them on lower money because they're younger and then try and build them up to the stars they are, but they're still on low wages, man? I think that's the kind of the balancing that they need to do. Man said, Man United fan, Delap will cook in the Chelsea system. To be honest with you, the kind of games, or I say games, highlights, kind of games I've seen him play, he does look good in there, man, because I feel like he has a bit more control than Nicholas Jackson. What I mean in terms of like, they're both kind of quick, but I feel like Delap has that kind of glide where he's kind of comfortable on the ball in terms of him dribbling past players. He keeps his balance. Whereas Nicholas Jackson's a bit all over the place in terms of he's a bit erratic in it. You know, he's quick. He can get into certain positions, but you kind of don't know what he's going to do from one like kind of movement to the next. Whereas I think Delap seems a bit more, not mature, but a bit more relaxed for sure on the ball. Big up Korean in the building. He says, I mean, I think it could work for sure. You got to remember that PSG team is really young as well. Yeah, true. I mean, again, it's one of those ones where it's still a massive risk. I'm not saying it can't work. I think it can, but I feel like you've got to have the right elements, because I think with PSG, the main key thing they've got is a manager that's a winner, literally a manager that knows how to obviously work with young players before at Barcelona and has won with young players before. I think that's a massive key component. When you start to have a young manager as well, that's kind of inexperienced, you then are kind of looking at, okay, who's actually going to guide you through the tough times when your obviously players don't really know what's going on because they're young and they're trying to experience new things, and then your manager's doing the same thing. That's kind of the thing that I think Arsenal found as well. Like, we had young players, but we had a young manager that didn't really know what he was doing from time to time, because again, he was still learning on the job. So yeah, and that affected the overall results of Arsenal actually doing well in competitions, because again, we get knocked out by teams we shouldn't be getting knocked out, or blow leads that we shouldn't blow, and yeah, it just kind of goes into a snowball effect, in my opinion. But yeah, man, it can work, but I think you've got to be very precise in terms of the players you get, the manager you get, and what kind of time period you give the team to really explode in it. Because again, sometimes it can drag on and on and on, and the players are not all young anymore, and then they need to be upgraded on. Do you know what I mean? And then yeah, the kind of process or progress or phases is kind of gone, man. But big up Karina says, I can see the vision. Man says he will not be. He will, but not be good enough. Yeah, he will be, but not be good enough to win Chelsea the league. Yeah, I don't know if Chelsea's objective this season is to win the league. Maybe it's just to establish themselves in the Champions League top four, and then obviously do well in the Champions League, which they can always do. Again, it's a knockout competition depending on which kind of draw you get. Yeah, again, there's always a surprise in terms of who gets far in the competition. So yeah, man, you can't rule it out, to be honest with you. I said, but the only difference is the English Premier League. It's very harsh on the development on younger players. You don't play against farmers where you just batter them every single week. Very true as well. Very good point as well. I think in the league, yeah, that's a very good point, to be fair, because you could say that's the equivalent of obviously youngsters playing in like the League Cup against like a Barnsley or a Plymouth or teams like that you could just obviously run through. Do you know what I mean? We've seen Manchester City do it plenty of times where they've won 5-6, 7-0, 8-0 like the Etihad against these kind of lower end teams, but it's given their youngsters a nice little run out. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I agree with that, to be fair. That is probably a bit of a massive difference. I think with young players as well, when they go to these kind of teams, it's normally because the teams want to get back to where they were. It's never kind of a thing where, for example, you won't see like Manchester City have a load of young players now, even though they've won a plethora of titles. Whereas you see it with obviously Chelsea want to win the Premier League. They ain't won that since 2017. Also, I ain't won the Premier League since 2004. So yeah, them kind of teams are trying to get back to their spot, but maybe in a different route. Maybe not just buying the biggest and baddest names, but going through the younger route. So I think again, there's a little less time for obviously wiggle room in terms of patience wise, because it's like, okay, we've not won a league title in how much longer, or we're trying to get back to where we were. Is this going to be the route? We're not actually used to seeing, like from a Chelsea point of view, they're not used to seeing these kind of young players. They're used to getting players that win now. Arsenal have waited so long to obviously win now. It's like, we don't want to go for another progress where we've got to wait for this 21-year-old to peak at 27. So it's another 4, 5, 6 years wasted. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's different elements for different like teams, and obviously their situations in their progress in terms of what they're doing in terms of winning trophies and stuff. But I think with PSG's, it's kind of like a nice balance, because even though they obviously didn't win the Champions League, they were still winning league titles. So it's not like the clubs or the fans of the club were starving. They were still winning leagues, still winning trophies every single season. But again, it did warrant them to change their strategy, because they weren't winning the Champions League, which is what they wanted. So I feel like they had a nice balance in terms of patient-wise. And you know what? Let's just try something different, because this is literally the one thing we haven't done in terms of getting a team that's got no egos, no kind of star names, no Zlatan, no Mbappe, no obviously your man there as well, Messi, none of them guys. We've got Dembele still, but again, he's caught kind of the main guy that obviously is very much a team player as well. So yeah, man, I think it's definitely a different kind of variety for sure, man. Kieran says the Premier League is definitely the most cutthroat. For sure, man, for sure. I mean, again, there's just a lot of competition in terms of every team. Like Man City fans want to win the league, Chelsea fans want to win the league, Liverpool fans want to win the league, Man United fans, even though they're not in position to, they obviously want to win the league. Arsenal fans want to win the league. They're like probably the top 5. I'm not sure if Spurs fans would want to, but I don't think they're expecting to. So because you got 5 that all really think they should be the winning leagues on a regular basis and want to win the league, I don't think another division has that, in my opinion. Maybe like obviously Spain, you'll have maybe 3 with Atletico Madrid because they've won a few. Well, that's probably it, that want to win the league every single year and expect to. Do you know what I'm saying? Italy maybe as well. You got AC Milan, you got Inter Milan, Juventus, Napoli now. So that's probably the closest in terms of different teams wanting to win the league. But yeah, I think it's definitely more cutthroat because again, fans that are not happy with the progression of their team will just call it out and just want to get rid of him in it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I said I would be fuming if I support Arsenal with signing Norgard, get out. This is what I'm saying, bro. Again, it's not a signing that's very, very appealing for sure, man. I can't lie, bro. Like it's not one I'm getting gassed about. I'll be so real. But big yourself up, Mitchell. For instance, if Gittens doesn't start well, then the £55 million price tag will start to weigh heavy on him for sure, man. But I suppose they're kind of obviously thing that they can come back at you. The counter of that is he's 20 years old. He signed a 7-year deal. If it doesn't work out, we can just get the money back for him. Someone's going to pay it because again, he's still a youngster and we've got that long-term contract. So again, for them, they're probably seeing that as a win-win in terms of is either going to develop and be an amazing player and we can keep him, or if it doesn't work out, we would potentially can sell him to mere enough evens because of his age. Because again, he's going to be 22, 23 if we decide he's not going to be the player for us. So yeah, man. But I agree, he is going to weigh heavy. It'd be interesting to see if he's an actual starter though as well, because when you look at they're going to be in the Champions League. Is it going to be a rotational kind of winger? They've got obviously a top competition there where they can't do what they did last year, where they kind of just play their B team. They're going to have to play their star player or star players probably week in, week out, midweek as well, especially when they get the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG in the group stage kind of phase of the competition. So yeah, going to be very, very interesting for sure, man. Big up Godfrey, big up yourself, brother. I hope you're well, man. Big up Tops, you good G. I'm all blessed, my guy. I hope you're well, my brother. Hope you're good. Make sure you smash the like button. Big yourself up, bro. Says Mitchell can't be serious signing players like Norgard, Odegaard, lost brother from Denmark. Now you know what, and again, that's the thing, man. From a rival point of view, obviously rivals and obviously Arsenal fans are looking for starters, isn't it? So when it would be different if we would have signed other players as well as this guy, then people wouldn't even be talking about him because everyone's just so starved for Arsenal to do something decent. When you're like, oh, that's a good player. Do you know what I mean? No one said that yet. Even with the many thing, it's like, okay, we think he's a good player, but we don't know how he's going to adapt to the Premier League, so we'll see. But you want that player like, oh yeah, damn, I'm impressed with that. That's good. And no one's seen that yet. Do you know what I mean? No one's seen that for a while, to be fair. Maybe I'm trying to think the last player you had that with, where you're like, oh, Arsenal made a good signing. Maybe Timber, probably, where people are like, you know what, Timber's a good player. That's a good signing especially for the price. So it's been a while, man. It's been a while. Hit the like, subscribe. Make sure you guys smash the likes on this video and hit the subscribe button as always, man. Big up Godfrey, always a friend of the channel for sure, man. Big up Darren said Tops. I think Nogo will have to step in for Zubi Mendy, even if he signs. Zubi will have a hard time settling into the Premier League. Pace and physicality. That's a fair point, bro. That is a very fair point because when you look at the likes of other players, even Rodri, and not to obviously compare Rodri to Zubimendi, Rodri is obviously clear. But all I'm saying is when he first came into the Premier League, he struggled, and he's a top player. Look how good of a player he is now. But even he struggled to adapt because, again, it's different to Spain. The tempo, the pacing, the physicality, like you said. So it's a good point, man. And this is why I feel like when with Partey leaving, even though, again, I wasn't against him leaving, but I just wanted it sorted like beforehand. I think he should have left either last year or start of January or something like that, where you've got a ready-made replacement in. Like someone like a Baleba, for example, from Brighton would have been a perfect kind of substitute. Younger, Premier League proven, knows what he's doing, decent for Brighton as well, someone that can improve. Like that would be a bit better than getting Norgard, in my opinion. So you had Baleba, because that's someone that could literally come in and start for a team. And obviously Brighton have been better than Brentford for the majority of the time. They're both in the Premier League. So it's a player that could come in and maybe take some pressure off Zubimendi. But now Zubimendi has to come in and start firing straight away, bro, because again, he's literally there to not only replace Thomas Partey, but be better than him. Because again, ultimately, even though Partey was a good player, it wasn't enough to win the Premier League. So, and I'm saying it's just because of him, because again, he was one of our most important players. But again, that's an area you want to improve in. You want to improve in any kind of area in the team, to be honest with you, whether it's defensive cover, whether it's goalkeeping cover, whether it's midfield structure, midfield creativity, obviously tactically as well, and obviously up front in terms of more goals, man, more creativity, more goals throughout that front line. That has to be a must. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, there's a lot of things to be doing, man. There's a lot of things to be doing for sure, man. Big up Mitchell says Chelsea really want to be Manchester City for some reason. Yeah, I mean they're trying to go that route, man. They're trying to go that route for sure. Get this line ball championship manager. And so you hate Maresca, man. Fraudesca out of here. Timo Pep Guardiola. Why do you hate Maresca so much? Man said Sir Gareth clears Fraudesca. With the lap, Pedro and Jackson. Is Jackson like the third striker now? I think they want to sell Jackson Korean, to be fair. I feel like that is the kind of the rumors. I don't know if you see I don't know if you hear for the show that I did where Arsenal were linked with Jackson, unfortunately. But yeah, I feel like there is kind of because again, I don't know whether there's a period where they sign another striker, because I know they were trying to get one after the lap. Well, it seems to me that they're going to have to at least sell Jackson. I feel like these two players are going to replace Nkunku and Felix, who are still there. And obviously, Mudryk is probably going to get a 4-year ban. So maybe Gittens is there to replace him. And obviously, Sancho left as well. So they haven't got as much depth as you think they do, just in terms of players leaving and not coming back on loan and stuff like that. And obviously, yeah, getting sold and that. So, yeah, man, we'll have to wait and see now for sure, man. It says I could really see Jackson asking the manager what's going on here. Yeah, I mean, again, it wouldn't surprise me if they did sell him, man. Again, a couple of red cards, obviously not being clinical again last season. These are things where you think, well, you know what, can we get some money back for him? They only paid 35 for him. if there's a market where they could get 45, 50 for him, then they'll probably just get rid of him, man, if I'm being honest, and just have a quick turnaround. Big up Darren says, Jackson to Arsenal. This is what I'm saying, bro. To Korean. Arsenal is really the retirement home for Chelsea rejects. Honestly, bro, it makes me sick, man. It does make me sick. In other news, Arsenal transfer window opens in 24 hours. Yeah, man. Obviously, we're the only team that can only start making transfers in July for some weird reason. So, yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy how they penny pinch in every area, bar when the fans have to pay them the money in it. That's when they just put everything up. But everything else, in terms of the attack and obviously improving the team, it's just always penny pinching for sure. Master Baleba is exciting. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, bro. It's a different level of player in terms of like someone that you can actually see improving your starting lineup, and someone that you look at, you think, oh, okay, he can actually play both roles. He can play the starting kind of midfielder, or he can be the bench player, or the guy, the rotational player, or someone that can come on and obviously take someone like a Zubimendi off. Where with Norgard, it just seems like there's just a ceiling with him in it. It's like, okay, you can come in for like League Cup games, you can come in for the odd Champions League game, the odd Premier League game, but if he has to play 8-10 games in a row, you'd be pretty worried. Do you know what I mean? Because again, we're trying to win the league. And also as well, if Man City and Liverpool are back to their best, you're talking 90 plus points in it. So is he a guy that can be in midfield that's going to get 90 plus points in the Premier League? I don't think so personally. So that's the kind of only issue. Yes, it's depth, but again, when fans are being obviously thinking in their head, we're going to keep Partey and have Partey, Zubimendi, and Rice as the 3 trio, you're thinking, okay, cool, you can work with that. Because again, any kind of selection, you're pretty happy with against any kind of team in the league, whether it's Partey and Rice and Zubimendi, Partey and Zubimendi, cool, whatever. But with Norgard, it's kind of like a downgrade. Do you know what I mean? So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, man, for sure. Man said that Baleba makes sense. Unfortunately, Arsenal never does what makes sense. 100%, bro. And again, Brighton will want, 60, 70, 80 mil. But again, when you're replacing Thomas Partey, I know people say Zubimendi is the replacement. I understand that to an extent, even though stylistically he's more like Jorginho, apparently. I just feels like when you're looking at that midfield option, you've already kind of penny pinched to an extent by getting a squad player in Marino. For me, and you've got a massive money for Rice and Zubimendi. The other player has to be another massive piece of money, because for me, I feel like with every fan, when you've got like 2 obviously options or 2 positions, and you need backup and cover. For me, I feel like every fan wants at least 3 starters and a rotational player for the 2 slots. So you want 3, and that's what it would have been last year if we would have kept Partey. It would have been Partey starter, Rice starter, Zubimendi starter. Now it's like Zubimendi starter, Rice starter, but then Norgard's a rotational guy and Marino's a rotational guy. So then if one of them gets injured, you're left with 1 real starter and 2 rotational guys to really fend for. So yeah, man, it's not ideal, to be fair. Man said, okay, Korean, with a laughing emoji. Obviously, not a massive fan of Maresca. Hey, he's still got a chance of winning this Club World Cup, man, in the quarterfinals. Do you know what I mean? Could get to the semis, and yeah, crazy. Master Jackson needs to dig his heels in. He's the next drug. The levels of disrespect is insane. That's crazy, bro. One thing I will give credit for Chelsea is for the turnover they're having at club. If this was United, we would still be debating if Werner was good enough for United. I wish United could get rid of these clowns. Yeah, this is what I mean, bro. Again, Felix is not it. He's out the door. Do you know what I mean? They don't linger. And Kuku's not getting enough game time. Not happy. Out the door. That's the one thing you have to say. They don't have, for example, for in Arsenal's case, a Mustafi lounging around for ages, Reece Nelson around for ages, like Fabio Vieira. People knew from probably the 2nd season that Fabio Vieira was not probably good enough for Arsenal. We're now in the 4th season, the guy's still here. The Conga, if we bought in like 2021, is still here, bro. Like, we can't get rid of this guy. Like, we know he's not good enough. Just pay up his contract or just sell him for a low fee. I don't understand how we can't get any kind of money for him, especially because we paid 20 million euros for him. So yeah, it's crazy, man. Man said, I love LOL. I love my club Korean with loads of a laughing emoji. Who doesn't love Chelsea? Palmer. Notice how he never smiles in the Chelsea kit. He always sad playing for Chelsea. Remember what I said, Korean? These bombs wanted me to call out my ownership. What for? Free my boy Chippy Chips. He needs to come to his childhood dream. Karma, be patient, you bums. The issue is tops. 50 million is starting point these days. No more 30 million pound signings unless you go France. Yeah, it's a good point, man. I mean, it is, bro. That is literally the starting point. You're right, to be fair. Because even when you look at the likes of Mbuemo, the fact that Brentford wants 70 mil for him, and you look at his stats and you think, okay, cool, 20 league goals, last year, fantastic. But then you look at his seasons prior to that, eight league goals, 9 league goals. Like, they're not massive numbers. So you could argue, I'm not saying he's going to be, but there is potential to see he might not even do them numbers again. Do you know what I mean? So it's still a lot of money outlet for particularly one standout season. Do you know what I mean? I know he's still relatively young, 25. But yeah, that is the starting rate, man, unfortunately now, especially for the wide forward range, even if the players are not really worth it, because I don't particularly think like some bynoe-gittens and these guys, Gittens as well, are worth 50, 60 mil, man. These are like 35, 40 million pound players, really. But like you said, the starting price has gone up, in my opinion. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It actually went down from Liverpool, paid 55 for McAllister. Now the odds on kicked on again. I think I swear McAllister was even cheaper than that. I'm sure it was like 35 or something. But I don't know if that was a release clause. I think that was like a secret release clause that only Liverpool knew about, and obviously they triggered it. But McAllister was worth every pound. You look at his status and he's solid, first team starter. Yeah, Tops, I'm talking to you. Call out my ownership, you bums. Bro, you change your mind more times than I change my bed sheets, bro. What's man talking about? Yeah, it was only a couple of days ago you were saying that you didn't even know why you're getting Gittens. Get out of here, man. This is what you do, bro. Korean was right. Get me? No stake in the game, but then want to be the gas guy at the end when it works out, bro. Put some stake in the game, brother. Put some stake in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Talking about my ownership. Call out your ownership, bro. Because I know you're not happy with the signings you're making, bro. I know you're not happy, man. But you just what you do it well as well, by the way. What you do when the tide is turning, that's when you start to go on board. When it's turning back again, that's when you're like, you know what? I'm not really sure we're doing what. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, bro. Bremer worth 70 mil. He's a baller. Obviously, Bremer's a good player. Stop talking about Berta. I said Berta Batty or Batty Berta. Kroenke's in. These men were already saying the reason why I have so much confidence. We got the main man Berta over Edu. Calm yourselves. Listen, man, man's still waiting for this, bro. Like, man's still waiting for this, man. I feel like for me, yeah, with the Bert thing, I'm gonna give him to the end of the season, man. I'm at the end of the transfer window to really assess what he's doing. Obviously, man, we're gassed because I'm thinking, yeah, he's gonna come in and try and change our misfortunes. I'm not winning trophies. Not turn out to be the case so far, but again, the window's not over. I'll at least give him a window. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not done, but he ain't looking good at the minute, bro. But again, it's not over, man. If we can get in Rodrigo, if we can get in some top players, if we get in Eze, I'll be gassed. So, yeah, man, still not over. Still got a lot of work to do, bro. Like I said, 3 attackers minimum. That's what I need. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, F the Kroenkes. Yeah, for sure. Big up Darren as always. Carlos was saying my opinion doesn't matter about the club. I don't know if this will work. Now, this is what I'm saying, bro. This is all the time, man. This is all the time. Now he's saying he's saying he believed in it all along. Bro, I'm glad you're here, bro. Do you know what I mean? He does this all the time, man. Now I'm a bum because you won't call out your owners, but I'm a bum now. Well, what's going on here? What's going on? Bro, I didn't know why we were getting Gittens because of Modric and bynoe-gittens. Shaka fan doesn't know what's going on at the club has no idea what the plans are. Korean, your opinion doesn't matter about Man United. Your owners will operate without you. I know you want to think it matters, Korean, but it really doesn't in reality. But you can have one. Laughing my ass off. Bro, just say you're scared to give an opinion because it doesn't matter, innit? Just say you're scared, innit? Do you know what I mean? You're scared to give an opinion because, again, it might change because based on what the club does, innit? Do you know what I mean? That's what opinions are about. It changes when you get new information. Like, what are we doing here? Like, that's what opinions are about, bro. Like, you judge what you see, and then when it changes, you change it depending on what opinion that actually happens, fam. Like, what are we doing? What are we actually doing? Man says, stop it, Carlos, behave. Tops is a bomb. But how am I scared to give my opinion? Because you don't die in any kind of sword. What you do is you kind of plant your seed here and plant your seed there, and depending on the outcome, that's which one you go with. You don't just say, okay, I'm not happy with this, based on what I'm seeing now, and then if it changes, then cool, you can change it. But you just don't. You do neither. You don't want to put your sword in any kind of stake, just in case something good happens. So then you can say, oh, I knew all along. Told you I wasn't worried, which is what you're doing now. You're literally doing this now, bro. Oh, yeah, see, I love my club. But you weren't saying that before. What's going on, man? What is going on? I told you, Tops, I will not commit to anything football opinion that might bring me backlash. But when it goes my way, I'll repeat the same opinion 3 times. This guy is ridiculous. A Korean Tops knows I don't care about backlash for cooking. I say things with my chest all the time. Fats Korean. You don't say anything with your chest, Carlos. Come on, be honest here. LOL. Now, you know the thing with Carlos, yeah? Carlos, big old Carlos as well. But yeah, the thing with Carlos is, yeah, he likes to be able to change his mind. So what he does is that he'll say a particular thing, and then depending on what actually happens, he won't go all in on it, innit? He'll be like, you know what, I've got a bit of issues. Because obviously you said before you had a bit of issues with Maresca in terms of how he not bottled, but how he dropped from second to thing, which is fine to say, cool. But then you'll come out here and be like, oh, Maresca's the best, whatever, Kareem, you know what you're talking about, whatever. Like, bro, you can obviously criticize him and then say that he's a good manager as well. Cool, I get that. But it's like, you don't want to go all in it. It's you know what it is? I feel like it's a thing where it's like, because obviously there's, big up Ray Allen, man. Chelsea are going to go for the 3rd Champions League. Big up yourself, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I like the video, all of that good stuff. Big yourself up, man. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, man, but big yourself up any single time. Chelsea are on the rise and also going back to hell. Big yourself up, bro. Appreciate that, my guy. Brother, I said Chelsea would win the Champions League when we hit the round of the 16 under Tuchel. Carlos getting exposed. I said we'd win the top. I said we'd get top 4. I win the Conference League all season. He did say that, to be fair. He did. The Conference League was nothing to win. This chat is bracy. But there also this is the man who would be MIA when Chelsea would be having a bad run of form, but as soon as they do, he'll be in the chat giving it to. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. Premier League is Farmers League. It wasn't great last year, to be fair. I said, what? So I was on the fence about Maresca, like you went on the fence about Arteta when he first came. I didn't want Arteta when he first came in, to be fair. I didn't want him, man. But obviously, but the differences between obviously me is where if he did well, I won't be like, oh, Arteta, I knew we'd do. I won't be like that, bro. I won't be like, oh, I knew we'd do well in it. Like I wasn't sure. I'll just say I wasn't sure, bro. And he's doing well, cool. But you like to jump on the, oh, I love my club. This is why we're the best. Like you jump on that when it suits, innit? It's not consistent, bro. Because it's not consistent, bro. You just wait to see what happens, then you jump on it for sure. Korean, I have a life, bro. It's not MIA. I just have a life. Chelsea going after Kudus next. So when I give the chess and say when Chelsea will achieve, you man play deaf ears. No, because you already said as well, they let me win this Club World Cup. I remember that as well. So we will be there. We will be there. Now I was championship. I was championing Maresca because everyone kept saying he's a championship manager. Now, okay, yeah, you were. To be fair, you were. I don't think he's a championship manager. I think he's okay. I know Kareem hates him for whatever reason, man. I don't know why. He absolutely hates him. Okay, Maresca good enough to win you the league with these group of players? Yes or no? Commit to it, fam. Obviously, he's called you out there, man. Kareem's called you out there, Carlos. He's called you out. Sure, Carlos, because we sit around all day twiddling our thumbs. Colin and Kareem were cooking my gaffer, so I'm going to champion him and milk it. Okay, just say that then, innit? Just say that then, man. Just say that. But it's just shameless, innit? It's just mad shameless, fam. It's just mad shameless, innit? Nah, yeah. Colin. Big up Colin as well, man. Hope he's all right. Make sure you guys subscribe to Colin. But yeah, he was calling him a championship manager as well. But yeah, man, I didn't realize a lot of people didn't rate him like that for sure. I think he did an okay job. Like I said, when I did my predictions, I said Chelsea would be in the top 4 based off the signings they made and potentially them obviously having a bit more momentum because they finished 6th, but they got like the second highest points in the second half of the season, innit? So I did think they probably obviously kick on and do it. And for me, he did what obviously he was expected him to do. He won the Conference League and he finished top 4, bro. So yeah, I think he did a decent job, a good job. Like that was his obviously remit, his target, and he did it. But yeah, I don't know. To be fair, I don't know why people don't rate him, man. If I'm being honest. But yeah, just everyone's opinion. I said I don't hate Maresca. I'm only giving it to him because Carlos is talking about him like he's a modern Mourinho from Porto when he has a CV of Kieran McKenna. Oh my. That is mental. Big old Korean, man. Colin has wild takes. Didn't rate Enzo, didn't rate Gay, spoke shit about Tosse. Colin will rate Gay now he signs for Liverpool. I like Gay personally. Obviously, Colin's got his who he rates and whatnot. But I like Gay, man. To be fair, the Enzo one, yeah. I'll be real, yeah. I didn't really see too much about his game, bar this season, innit? This is the and yeah, bar this season, I'd say. It's the start of this season when I've been watching him, I thought, yeah, you do some good stuff in it. But if I'm being honest, I wasn't impressed up until this point, or whatnot. But yeah, I think he had a good season last year, to be honest. But yeah, Arsenal have to change their manager ASAP before Arteta does more damage. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think Arteta is the guy to take us forward. Personally, I think he's an alien man. He's done okay to get us to a certain point. But I feel like it's there for someone to take charge now that knows what they're doing in terms of getting us over the line and then going further from there. Do you know what I mean? I feel like when you get someone like that, then you got more opportunities to obviously win trophies for sure, man. Well, yeah, also Korean Glazers still won't care about your opinion. Says Carlos. Kieran McKenna is a better manager than Arteta. That is a bit wild. I can't lie. That is a bit wild. Your American owner should be on the plane speaking to Sir Gareth soon. You heard it here first. I said Maresca criticism was OTT and too much. I mean, when the criticism... I don't know when the criticism was, whether it is when you had obviously that bad period where I think you only won 2 out of, I want to say 11 or 12. It was a bad run you had in it from like, I want to say December to like March or something like that. So I don't know whether that was when there was the brunt of the criticism because you looked like you weren't going to get top 4. But I always thought like, even though obviously you man was second or whatever, that obviously the squad wasn't really set up for you to be in that position just yet because again, obviously the keeper needed to be improved on. You didn't have a proper striker. Your midfield was good, but then I feel like there's certain elements of your defense could definitely be improved on as well. So, yeah, overall, I think he did a good job. Now, it'd be interesting to see what you think or what your expectations are for next season in terms of like, is it another top 4 finish? Are you looking to try and challenge for the league? Maybe not win it, but be in the running, be in the mix where you're trying to compete and trying to be that next team. Is that the next level of evolution? Is it just to win one of the domestics as well as do that? Like, it'd be interesting to see what the kind of what's the word expectations are for obviously Chelsea fans in it. Where am I going? Sorry. Chelsea Championship manager has the youngest team in the Premier League, second in December with a squad with no world-class players. Laughing my ass off. I don't think Arteta is doing damage. I think his moment has passed for sure. Yeah, I just think he just needs to pass on the button. You know, when you got the relay team, yeah, and the guy's getting tired towards the end, and you need to just pass on the button to the next man to finish it off. I literally feel like that's the perfect like analogy of it. Like he's got to a certain point, he's knackered. Just give it to someone that can just finish it off in it. Pause. Finish off the race, man. But yeah, Master Gareth Southgate is in. I think he's on about Ruben Amorim, no? But Gareth Southgate in a Montclair jacket is crazy. That's nasty, man. That's nasty work. Football is about moments. For instance, when Mourinho won the treble, while with Inter, it was a right moment to leave. Yeah, bro, this is it, man. When Sir Alex won the last Premier League title, he knew that team was cooked, fried, finished. He knew there was one Van Persie injury away from them finishing low down the table, fam. He stayed fit for that season, winning the league. But overall, the overall squad wasn't it. Obviously, the likes of Cleverley and all these kind of guys, man, in the team weren't really at the level that they should be. So yeah, he caught at the right moment, man. Zidane, when he won the Champions League 3 times in a row, he bounced as well. So, brother, you got to just know. Otherwise, again, it's similar with Ancelotti, man. He should have just left when they beat Dortmund, bro. Just leave on a high. Make sure you leave on a high, bro. Win a trophy and just cut. Do you know what I mean? Don't leave when it's just not worked out and you're past, not you pass your sell by date, but it's just one season too many in it. Do you know what I mean? I said McKenna did not get 100 mil, unlike Arteta, says Ray. When Ollie lost the Europa, he should have been sacked, not given another season. Yeah, true. I mean, to be fair though, he got you second in it, but yeah, he should have won that Europa, man. To be fair, I've stood on business this morning, tops and this bomb wiper. Mudded, how? Joker. Football is a sport of moments. You either live up to it or you let the moment pass you by. You cannot dwell. Arteta had spent 100 mil, and you Arsenal fans are telling me, a Chelsea fan, you can't even win a Carabao Cup. Are you serious, bro? I'm with you, man. I'm with you, fam. I've been saying this, man. I've been saying this, bro. I've been saying this. You should be winning trophies. Even I'm not one of these guys that dismiss, and it annoys me, to be fair. Dismiss trophies, man. Oh, we're too good enough to win the Carabao Cup. No, we're not, fam. We don't win it. Like, well, no, we're not. Like, we just try and win every single trophy you're in. Well, what is this? It's a modern day football fan thing, man. That just dismiss the FA Cup and Carabao Cup because they've just been brainwashed with the PR of the Champions League, getting in it. It's a trophy, etc., etc. No, it's not, bro. Like, people care about lifting trophies, lifting silverware at the end of the day, man. Getting into Champions League is only a positive if you can try and win it, or if you won it before, or if you're close to winning it, which also have not been in the last, I don't know how long. So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not one of these guys, bro. Like you said, 800 mil with one FA Cup is disgraceful. Let's be honest, bro. Like, let's not beat around the bush here. He's had a lot of money, nearly £1 billion, a lot of time as well. Got all of his players that he wanted. And bro, we need to be seeing silverware now. Like, it's not good enough, really, when you think about it. It's not. So yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm an Os fan. I'm with you, fam. Like, it's not good enough for sure. I said Landit Ray, sorry. Apologies. This is what I mean. This manager has young players, so you can't do well. But then when they do well, you won't stop talking about it, how they're doing. That's, bro. It's true. It's true, bro. Hey, I'm glad I'm not the only one seeing it, bro. I'm glad I'm not the only one seeing it, man. You play both sides all the time, man. All the time. You downplay the thing, but then upplay the thing. Which one is it, man? How Chelsea won a trophy before Arsenal during our dark times. You can't win Montclair and be 17th in the league, man. Shop up Primark, blood. Arteta won the FA Cup with Unai Emery's team. Bro, we had to force Scholes back from retirement. Yeah, it was a disgrace, really, when you think about it, man. It was shocking, really. I mean, but he knew the writing was on the wall, though, innit? He actually knew the writing was on the wall for sure. I said Korean Mourinho doesn't even leave if Madrid don't come for him. On about obviously Inter Milan. I mean, was it announced that he was leaving before the final or after? I can't even remember. Obviously, the Champions League final. I think he was, or did he announce it on obviously when they won it? I can't remember, man. But yeah, obviously he wanted the Real Madrid job for a while. Even when he's at Chelsea, I remember they were linking him with the job. So yeah, man, because I know he wouldn't go back. They obviously, even though he's from Barcelona, apparently he left on bad terms or whatever, so he wasn't going to go back. Man, so y'all had gunman in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and let him go, bro. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. I don't know why we did that, man. I said, Ray, your profile pic is tops for career. Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy, fam. Carlos is the only person who thinks getting exposed and cut for his daily dallying in football discussion is a cooking on his part. It doesn't work like that, fam. This team is young and his manager doesn't experience. But if we do well, then he's the greatest manager of all time. All that, you bombs. yeah. Which one is it? Which one is it, fam? Which one? It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Every trophies count. Every silverware counts because we are going to remember league finishes in 10 years' time from now. Yeah, league finishes. Obviously, getting to semi-finals of cups. No one cares, bro. Just win the trophy and move on. Like, if I told anyone or asked anyone who finished or who was in the semi-finals of the 2010 Champions League, no one knows, bro. Apart from maybe the team that won it, which is obviously Inter Milan. So yeah, no one's gonna know the other guys, man. Because again, it's not relevant in terms of remembering who actually won the trophy. So I 100% agree with that, bro. Nobody has ever said he's the greatest manager of all time, though. I come with facts, Korean. Notice he didn't answer my question about if Enzo can deliver a major. You just make things up consistently. So literally accept your cooking, man, because a lot of you said is made up in your head. Laughing emoji. Listen, I don't think Maresca is good enough. If he proves me wrong by winning a trophy, then fair enough. I'll admit I was wrong. As a Korean, what kind of a question is that? He's just won a European trophy. I'm standing on my opinion, man. So yeah, Korean doesn't think he's going to be obviously winning a major for Chelsea. Well, I guess in a major means a Premier League or Champions League in your eyes, Korean. Correct me if I'm wrong. Carlos is saying he's won a European trophy. But do you think he can win a quote unquote bigger trophy than that? I mean, again, he's won a trophy, so he should be winning the trophy. Let's be honest with you. Even if Bob the Builder was in charge, man, you should be winning that, man. You had by far the best team in it, and I don't think anyone said you weren't gonna win it, man. That was just kind of by in it, but especially being in it. But yeah, in terms of the other trophies, it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting. I mean, I think it just depends who you sign, and obviously, again, how much time you actually give him. Because if it's a case where potentially, let's just say he falls out the top 4 next year, is it a thing where you sack him then, or do you give him another season? Like, it's just kind of how you obviously analyze the situation in terms of what you're going to do going forward when it comes to him in particular and his expectations at the club, innit? But yeah, man, it's all crazy, man. It's all mad. Man said, so you're saying you're happy with third-tier European competition and it's good enough to win you the Prem or the Champions League? It's a competition your club is next in season. Man said, you can't put pressure on me, Mourinho 2005. That's the question we all want to hear. Big old Ray says, if Enzo Maresca is not good enough, he will get sacked then and we'll get a new manager, no problem. I don't understand the sentimentals on managers. So far, he's doing a good job, but next season, that's fair. That's a fair opinion. That's fair opinion. For instance, Kurt said Pep wasn't good enough for Manchester City and he thinks he's washed. I won't let that opinion go. He's standing on that point. Yeah, fair. Yeah, he did say he was washed as well. But big up Kurt. He did say he's washed. Now, next season, I want a title challenge and a minimum year. But that's fair. See, that's fair. That's, bro, it's that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Nah, that's bro. I don't know why he's getting his opinion out. He's like freaking pulling teeth, man. Like I don't understand the reluctance just to say it, bro. Like it's not difficult. Just say what you expect and don't move on. Like what the hell, bro? Flipping hell. God, get a League Cup and FA Cup. Jeez, fine, that's fair. That's and European and the quarterfinals and the league challenge. That's a lot to be fair in one season, but cool. If that's what you're expecting, then that's calm, isn't it? Like again, our board of directors, Chelsea, will do a review at the end of the season for Enzo. Obviously, I'm talking about this season, next season. Click this for the deaf ears in the chat. I stand on business. I told you this. You have a conversation with Carlos and you don't know what he believes, or you leave the conversation with his. You can't call the bomb a few times. That's all you take away from it because he doesn't want the backlash. He just wants to call everyone bombs. Our board are starting to do a review every 1 or 2 seasons. I like that concept, like an American style of running a sports team. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you analyze the 2 seasons, probably what put together and see, okay, have you achieved what we needed to achieve? Have you won a trophy? Have you got Champions League, etc.? And then you move on from there, whether you want to obviously proceed with it. That's fine, man. All right. So if he doesn't deliver, he must go, right? Let's see what happens. Korean, go back to school if you can't comprehend things. Oh man, big up the chat, man. Make sure you guys smash the likes on this video, man. It's been a good chat for the morning. Just talking about all things Arsenal and Chelsea. It seems it's been a massive discussion with the Chelsea fans in the chat and whatnot, and obviously Korean. Why don't I want the backlash? I don't care about backlash. It doesn't affect me. How old are we? Korean, how old are you? The question mark says Korean. Well, yeah, man, this has been a fun chat, man. Obviously, Chelsea have signed Pedro and Master Korean and his 12-year-old comprehension skills. So yeah, obviously Korean saying if he doesn't win a trophy, he must go. Is the question he's asking Carlos. Carlos, I assume he's agreeing to it. But yeah, so yeah, obviously clip it in the chat. He wants an FA Cup or a League Cup, sorry, a title challenge and the minimum of a Champions League quarterfinal. So yeah, so basically a trophy, a title challenge and a quarterfinal in the Champions League. Which again, for the money you've spent, obviously the players that you've got as well, you can say that's a fair. And again, that would prove more progression in terms of what you're doing, because again, you didn't really challenge for the title last year, but you got Champions League football. You won obviously a trophy, but again, it wasn't a domestic one. So again, signs of progression is going to be winning trophies or getting further in competitions you either weren't in the first place or you didn't do very well in obviously the season before. So it makes sense. It makes sense. I said, yo, where is Arsenal striker? I want to know who you guys are going to sign as a striker. LOL, bro. Ray, bro. I've been saying the same thing for about the last month, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. It feels like we're gonna get Sesko, but I'm hoping with Gyökeres. But again, we've been linked with Ollie Watkins. We've been linked with Ekitike, sorry, as well. Nicholas Jackson, we've been linked with too. We've been linked with a lot of strikers, bro. But I feel like for me, next week is push or shove, man, because we've had a lot of PR saying that it's going to be July 1st until we can officially try and sign a striker, man. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know what we're going to get, man, to be honest with you. But hopefully it's soon, man, because yeah, man, the man's tired of waiting for sure. I said in 50 years, when Carlos is in a wheelchair, mumbling to himself over and over again, drunk with the greatest. Jackson, no. I'll be there to take care of you, bro, and hold you on your footballing opinions. All right, Carlos, it's time to take your med and have an afternoon nap. Lord Rashford sorting out the few dental remainings to finalize his move. Oh, please no. As a Korean, you've got no bars with a laughing emoji. Oh, this chat's funny, man. This chat's too funny. But yeah, man. Now Rashford, bro, get him out of here, man. Rashford, Sancho, Madueke, Jackson, none of these guys, man. Just get Sesko, bro. If that's the case, if they're the options you're leaving with me, bro, then yeah. I'm hearing reports as well, rumors about Calvert-Lewin, bro. Oh my God, Calvert-Lewin to Arsenal on a free. Oh, I hope that's not true, man. Oh my days. We'll be finished, man. Man, Korean and Man United fan, yeah? Says Ray. Yeah, yes, he's a Man United fan. Obviously, they finished. Well, when did he finish? 17th, 16th? I can't remember. It was low anyway. And obviously lost to Spurs in Europa League final. So, yeah, Korean has not been happy with obviously his team at the time. But yeah, man. Korean has got so much energy for Chelsea and Maresca when they finished 17th and lost the. Yeah, true. yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I can't really disagree with that, to be fair. Bro, you have Ruben Amorim, relegation battle. What are we doing here? yeah, that's a fair point, to be fair. That is a fair point. Because Man United are in the mud. They're in the mud. They are in the mud really bad as well, to be fair. And yeah, and again, expectation-wise, as well, I was going to ask you as well, Korean, is it still 5 games for Amorim? And then if he's not in a certain position, especially with the 5 games you've got, obviously Arsenal in there. I think you've got Man City in there as well, I think. Newcastle in there as well. Let me just double check your first 5 fixtures. I know it's a difficult first 5 for sure. But yeah, man. Let me have a look. So you've got obviously Arsenal first game at Old Trafford. Then it's Fulham away, Burnley at home. Yeah, Manchester City away. Chelsea at home is the first 5, actually. So yeah, it's a difficult situation here. But yeah, you have to let me know if it's still first 5. If he's not, well, I'm guessing if he's not top half or top 8 or whatever, you want him out, man. But there's a lot of pressure for him, bro, because it's a hard 5 games, if I'm being honest, man. Away at Manchester City, you got Chelsea and Arsenal in the first 5. So yeah, like I said, 5 games next season, and we'll see how it goes. I'll make my mind up if Amorim is good enough. I said I would back him even if he lost the Europa League final. Ruben Amorim hasn't won back-to-back games. Do that first, bro. Yeah, LOL for sure. Korean's logic to back the manager with signings and a budget, but then to then back him for only 5 games. I disagree with Korean with that, man. You should have just sacked him this summer, bro. Especially because the 5 games you got are difficult as well. Like, there's no guarantee. How many points do you think you're gonna get for the first 5, Korean? Like, okay. Obviously, we're on about Carlos and obviously not standards, but obviously putting your neck on the line. How many points would it take for you to be like, this guy's not good enough out of 5? So you got 15 points. Remember, you've got you got Arsenal, first. Then you got Fulham away. Then you got Burnley at home, which should be a win. Then you got Man City away, and then Chelsea at home. So out of that 5, how many points for him to stay? How many points for him to go? Like, personally, if you can get, for me, you'd have to get, because I'm thinking about where people would be. Let's just say Manchester City get 12 points out of 15. They're going to be near the top in it because they would have dropped 3 points. They'll be top 2 or 3, maybe, probably. So yeah, so he's got to get more, maybe at 10. See, if he gets 10 points out of 15, I think that'll be enough. I think he has to get double figures, in my opinion. I think if he's got anything less than 10 out of 15, that would mean he would have lost at least 2 games already in the first 5, which is a lot. I know you've got difficult games, but yeah, man. That would be difficult, man. That would be difficult. But again, I'm looking at the fixtures, obviously, that you had. Obviously, the alternative fixtures last year. Let's say Burnley's the equivalent of like Ipswich at home. Well, you beat Ipswich at home 3-2. Obviously, you beat Fulham away 1-0. You've got them. You drew with Arsenal at home 1-1. You beat Man City away 2-1, and then you drew with Chelsea at home. So you actually didn't lose any of the corresponding fixtures last year. So that would mean, obviously, you've somehow declined if you actually lose one of these games. You know what I mean? So difficult, man. And even after that, you got Brentford away, then Sunderland at home, and then Liverpool away, and then Brighton away. So difficult. And then Nottingham Forest away, and then Tottenham at home. Bro, your fixtures are hard, bro. I'll be honest, man. This is the first time I've looked at them back to back. You got some difficult games, man. Let me actually, see if we can change this actually and show your fixtures, man. Pick up the chat, man. Make sure you guys like the video, man. United and Chelsea have won the same amount of Prems last season. Calm, mate. Calm. Man said, bro, Korean, we finished 4th and you finished 15th, mate. Not the same. A manager needs a preseason with the bulk of his players he's going to be using. Again, same number of prems we won between Chelsea and Man United. Shout out another Chelsea fan in the chat, Ray. Land it, blood. Every season is a reset. We don't dwell when we move forward. Man United need like 7 or 8 players, first team players before I take you seriously. Yeah, that's facts, bro. Landing the minerals, LOL. Let's have it right. Big up Ray, man. Big up Ray in the chat, man. Yeah, 10 is reasonable. The United job is difficult. Hell, any job in the Premier is difficult for any manager. Sink or swim. Korean won't put his neck on the line. That guy has no confidence. Laughing emoji. I said, bro, no, we need to get some plays in soon. What's going on? I said, you didn't answer my question. I love this back and forth, you know. This is class. I said, you didn't answer my question, Korean. You just sort of swum around it. I said 10 out of 15. So 10 out of 15, yeah. So you're going to have to beat, so you're going to have to, I assume you're going to beat Fulham and you're going to beat Burnley. They're the 2 obviously easy games. So you're going to have to beat one of Chelsea, Man City, or Arsenal. I mean, 2 of them are at home. So potentially, and then draw one of the others ones. So yeah. See, yeah. You know what? I feel that's fair. Because if you do that, you would have shown significant signs of improvement. Because again, you would have, let's say you just lose to Manchester City, or you just lose to Arsenal, and then you beat Manchester City away and draw with Chelsea at home, or you beat Chelsea at home and draw with Manchester City away, beat Burnley, beat Fulham. Obviously, that would be 10 points, isn't it? 3 wins and a draw and a loss out of 15, which would be fair. Anything less than that, man, you're talking a couple of, because you could potentially lose 3 of these games. You could potentially lose to Arsenal, Man City, and Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? And drop points at Fulham. And then you're looking at 2 or 3 points, man. If you beat Burnley, you look at 4 points. 4 points out of 15 is atrocious. So, yeah, man, you're going to have to beat one of these big teams. You have done it before. Obviously, you beat Man City, obviously, last year. You beat Arsenal in the FA Cup. So, it can be done. But whether you will or not, I don't know. I do not know for sure, man. But big yourself up. I said, what's going on? Ask your club, Omar Barada and Jason Wilcox, not us. We should be winning against the top 6 teams at home. Listen, the problem you have with Man United is that because you had a president of not playing particularly well at the start of obviously last season, it's going to be very difficult, man, for you guys to really cement your obviously stake in terms of the Premier League, of getting over fans to really believe you can beat these kind of teams. Because again, we've seen you lose to the likes of, I get what you're saying, because you should be, in reality, the Man United way, you should be beating these kind of teams, innit? But again, because you've been in such in poor form, just have a look obviously your fixtures now on the screen. So that obviously that's a preseason. You got Fiorentina. Then Man United away. Sorry, Arsenal at home. 17th of August. Then you got Fulham away. Difficult game. Burnley at home. Difficult game. It should be a difficult game. You should be beating Burnley. Fulham are a weird team, so you should beat them. But I don't know, man. It depends who you sign in it. Manchester City away is obviously a difficult derby game as well. But you have a decent record at the Etihad. You've won a few games in the last probably 6 or 7 years. You have won a few, so not impossible to win there. And then Chelsea at home, difficult. You didn't beat them last year. It was a draw. Brentford away, difficult game. Brentford, depending on obviously who they signed to replace them, Buemo and Norgard, you should be beating Sunderland at home, man. Liverpool away, difficult. Again, difficult. Brighton at home, difficult game. Nottingham Forest away, difficult game, bro. Tottenham away, obviously they beat you 4 times last year. Everton at home, you should be beating them. Crystal Palace, difficult. I think any away game, I'm just like, don't know, man, to be honest with you, because again, your away form wasn't great, or your home form, man. I said, what is going on here? Man United won't beat Fulham or Burnley, bro. It's crazy, man. The thing is, I won't put my house on you beating either of those teams, to be fair. I wouldn't, bro. Just because, I don't know, man. You know what it is? I feel like with Man United, even though you made some good signings, you've not made enough in terms of, again, it's still early. It's not even July yet. But in terms of the amount of signings you need, like Ray was saying, bro, you need 7 or 8 first teamers, legitimately. You got 2 now, Cunha and Bomo, but you need 6 more, 7 more for sure. At least, bro, at least. I would be surprised, but again, that's the gravity of the job. Imagine if Amarin said good days are coming and get sacked early on in the season, laughing my ass off. Bro, it might do the Ten Hag thing, bro. Or what did he say? All errors come to an end, and he didn't realize he's talking about himself, man. It's crazy. I won't make any excuses, bro. We will be there, man. We will be there. First 5 games, bro. We've heard it here first. Bookmark it. What's the date? 30th of June. Man said, yeah, man has said, 10 points out of 10 points out of 15, man, is what he needs, bro. The thing is, these are difficult fixtures. I agree, but United want to go out for major trophies. These are the fixtures we need to be getting results in. 100%, man. The only thing I'll say is that are you going to make enough signings and have enough of a again, I agree, season's not linear in it, because you played and were bad in the last season. You can make a good start in this one, and you can have a good team. Like you said, he's going to have pre-season, but again, there's a lot of pressure for not only you to get results, but you to improve your playing style, because a lot of Man United fans, and even me watching as obviously opposition as an op, your games weren't entertaining at all, bro. Like, you weren't playing great football. I know your squad squad quality was limited to an extent, but yeah, even the quality of football wasn't great with that particular formation that obviously Amarin plays. So there's a lot for him to improve at one time in terms of player quality, in terms of how you play as a team, in terms of getting results. I don't know if he can do it straight away, but yeah, we'll be interested to see. Big Up Ray says problem is Ruben Amarin's system don't work in the Prem. Maybe in Portugal we're not here. Plus you signed. You've only signed Cunha so far, nowhere near close enough. Yeah, true. You definitely need way more signings. In terms of the formation, yet to be seen as well. Like, again, it doesn't look like it's worked so far, but you never know, man. We shall see. Man says still waiting for Korean to use his chest, to be honest. Waiting. Did I rattle you, Carlos? Why are you just repeat everything I said? I said 10 points out of 15, and if he falls short, I would want Amarin out. Okay, there it is, man. There it is. There it is, fam. There it is. There it is. There it is, bro. 10 out of 15. You did it. Screenshot it, bookmark it, do what you need to do, guys. And yeah, that's it, man. 10 out of 15. There we go. You can't put pressure on me, Korean. Carlos, 2025. This is realistically when he said he wanted to come into that into having the job. But Man United forced his hand now or never, so he's come mid-season. The first thing we need to do is to move Ramos in the kitchen and re-sign Cavani. That's crazy. Jesus went to Nottingham Forest, right? Yeah, I think that has been confirmed. He's not decent in the Club World Cup from the highlights I've seen. But yeah, Edu actually doing his job. Who knew? His Brazilian contacts are actually doing well, and he's actually getting Brazilian players for Nottingham Forest. So yeah, who actually knew, man? He could actually do it. But yeah, he's actually gone there. And we'll get to see. Obviously, they needed a striker to compete with Chris Wood. I'm guessing that means Yamandez going. I can't remember his name now. I think he's going to be out of there. So yeah, decent little backup. I think he's more like a 10 kind of. Who is Jesus? He plays for. I can't remember the Brazilian team he plays for. They're in the Club World Cup, man. But yeah, he's obviously doing his thing there. So yeah, man, should be an interesting signing for him for sure, man. But yeah, in terms of Man United, definitely their fixtures, man. Obviously going into December, Wolves away, Bournemouth at home, Villa away as well. So Newcastle at home. All of these look difficult just because Man United finished so low in the table. So there's nothing really to obviously go off in terms of how well they're going to do. Even the January, you look at Manchester City, Arsenal away, Fulham at home, Tottenham at home. West Ham away is very, very difficult, man, for sure. Very difficult. Big Up Ray says Thomas Partey leaving Arsenal is a huge loss for Arsenal. Your midfield is weaker now. For sure, bro, for sure. We've definitely not replaced him adequately, in my opinion. We've not upgraded on him with Norgard. And yeah, I feel like it's all been kind of a mess, really, in terms of the situation, not really getting prepared for the midfield rebuild of Jorginho and Partey, both in their 30s. We needed to replace them more than, obviously, even before the season, really. We should have been putting people in place, to replace him. I know you can say we did that with Zubomendi, but you need two, man. 2 in, 2 out, literally, man, especially because Jorginho's played a lot of minutes for us the last 4 or 5 years. Partey as well was our key signing in midfield as well. So, yeah, man, not ideal, bro. Not ideal. Not ideal for sure, man. Then what happens if Arsenal lose at Old Trafford? What will Arsenal fans be saying? Bro, we've been on Arteta's neck for sure, because again, this is we should have won a league time ago, bro. Like last 2-3 years. So yeah, listen, you're right. Like this is what football is, bro. It just depends on who wins and who loses, and you go from there, man. Football narratives change very quickly, 400%, bro. If we lose 1-0 to you, man, at Old Trafford, people are gonna be like, same old Arsenal. We've not changed. We've got nowhere near the title. We've already lost our first game, etc., etc. Man United would have won. I beat a big team at home. First one on the Amarin, I think, because I don't think you beat a big team at home yet. So yeah, all of that stuff, bro. And then you man can obviously go on from there. This Ekitike guy is making me a conspiracy theorist. Why is everyone after this done? People are saying he's like the next Isaac. The guy is techie. He's good at dribbling. He's got good, obviously, shooting power. He can link up good. I've not seen too much of him personally. He got 15 Bundesliga goals for Frankfurt last year. And he's 23, just turned 23 last week. So there's a lot of people that are after him, man. Apparently, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal are the three in the Premier League I've seen. But they want 85 to 90 million. And they drive a hard bargain, Frankfurt. They got 60 mil for Mamouche in January. So, yeah, man, half a season. And they got 60 mil for him. So they do drive a hard bargain, man. They do drive a hard bargain. Man said, like 2 years ago, we were saying probably, yeah, Man City will win another Prem. I can't see any other team really challenging, especially with Klopp leaving. True. And then obviously Liverpool did win the league with Slot, who had never been in the league. So, yeah, listen, things can be unexpected for sure, man. People can win trophies, and like, who would have thought Crystal Palace would have beat Man City this time last year in an FA Cup final? We'd be like, you guys have lost your mad, like lost your head deal, like, but they did it. So yeah, he scored less goals than Mamouche, who left in Jan. This is what I'm saying, bro. And they want 85 mil, bro. And this is what I mean. The market dictates how much people go for sure. I can't even see what that emoji is, man. But yeah, for his potential nearsighted, yeah, obviously he's 23, so yeah. And again, the striker market it's not that good, in it. Do you know what I mean? So Arsenal scouting department need a major revamp, top to bottom. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree, man. I feel like when we're not getting the ready world class made players to take us over the line, you got to question why we actually signing these players, man. You want to hear a crazy fact? I would have taken anyone over Rasmus. Hell, I would have even taken Jackson. I just don't want to see that Muppet on tumbling, bumbling about like Bambi on ice. Man's and tumbling, bumbling, you know, crazy, man. Nah, yeah, I think you will get a striker in. I just don't know who, to be honest with you, and I don't know how much money you've got left. I think honestly, for you guys, in terms of money wise, in terms of building, Liam Delap would have been perfect. Premier League proven, young striker, cheap, and it allows you to spend money in other areas you need to obviously strengthen in: goalkeepers, centre backs, midfielders, etc. So the fact that Chelsea took him from him, I feel like you're now going to have to overspend in that department, because I think with him up front and Buemo and Cunha, you've got enough goals to spread across the three. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Ekitike is good, but not what Arsenal need right now. Not in phase 6. Phase 1 is a different story. Yeah, and this is why my argument was against Sesko as well, bro. Like, the potential market for Arsenal has to have come and gone. You need to be getting ready-made players into certain positions who are here not to make excuses, not to have time and stuff like that. They're here to literally make an impact, or they're going to be deemed not good enough. And I feel like with Sesko and Ekitike, you're entering that realm of give them time, there's potential there. And I think also way past that, just because, again, the money Arteta spent, the phases we're in, bro, we can't be going down that route again, man. Big up Nearside, he says, I'm tired of these potential ballers that go that from fam, go get real ballers. Yeah, me too, man. But I just think football in general, there's a lack of quality within the players, isn't it? Like, there's not a lot of players that you look at and you think, wow, he's a fantastic player, he's a good player. There's just a lot of players where you're just like, well, he potentially could be good, so let's just take a punt on him. Because again, the quality and standard of football, he's definitely decreased in the last 4 or 5 years for sure, man. Just in terms of defenders, attackers, everything, bro. So yeah, man, it's crazy. I said, Maresca title charges on, says Carlos. Plot twist, Rasmus is actually good. He's just at a graveyard. That's Man United. I mean, to be fair, there is a lot of players that leave Man United that do well. I don't know if Rasmus is one of them. I feel like, for me, I think he's a left forward. I think he's not left winger, but a left forward that can just run the channels, get past his play with pace, and just put it into the byline and just cut it back. That's what I feel like he is. He's not a hold-up player. He can't hold up the ball. It's like playing Theo Walcott up front. Do you know what I mean? Trying to hold up the ball. He's just going to bounce off him, innit? Like, I feel like you're not playing him to his strengths anyway. I think on the wing, which is where he played for Atlanta for a lot of the time, I feel like you get more out of him for sure. The hold-up thing is just dead. He's just not going to be able to do it. He ain't got the tech to do it, man. So, yeah. Yes, sir, fight for the league at least till April or May. Watch Erasmus slap somewhere else, potentially, but we'll see, man. Carlos Gas, because he got some more kids than Carlos Gas, because he got some more kids than João Pedro. Also, fun fact, João Pedro was dating a 15-year-old when that Don was 20 at Watford. Mad thing. Mad thing. Apparently, I don't stand on business near side, but when I do, I'm gas. So I can't win. I love this game. Oh my days! He had to send it back to Brazil on a Mazda. Yo, that's crazy. I said, what the hell? Rasmus is not good enough. Makes sense. He's going to the Blue Prison FC. It's mad thing. Big up everyone in the chat, man. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. How did Porto lose to Miami? Bro, I have no idea, man. PSG slapped them up on a normal thing, like easy work, bro. I said I generally think PSG are the best team in the world now. The Champions League was very deserved. A big up on scene, bro. Hope you're well, my guy. Hope you're good. The way they dusted Miami looked like a pro team playing kids. Yeah, man. Even with the way they dusted Atletico Madrid, bro, like they patterned them up normal, sharpish. So yeah, bro, I feel like they definitely are the favorites. Doesn't mean they're gonna win though, because again, depending on literally, it's a knockout game. They don't have a good game, or they don't have the run on the green. They could get knocked out, but it does. I would have them as the favorites, but you never know, man. You never know. Korean Mason Greenwood came through your academy. Don't let me cook you again. Yeah, that's nasty. The most embarrassing score in the final of Champions League history, for sure, 5-0. Is crazy work. I feel like Inter Milan didn't get cooked enough for that, to be fair. Everyone was praising PSG, rightfully so, but bro, they lost 5-0 in the Champions League. 5-0 in the Champions League final. 5-0 is crazy. And the thing is, it could have been like 8. They missed bare chances as well. Yeah, football landscape for talented players have declined in the last 7 years. 100%, bro. When it's become a more like, what's the word, robotic kind of structure game, I feel like, yeah, you're looking at the games like, bro, it's just the same old. You just interject player here, and it's the same old kind of style. There's no kind of individuality anymore in it. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Convinced Korean he's a bot. He doesn't know about Man United's cruel activity. That's made me laugh, man. I won't basically agree with Chelsea. The kid is really good, says Ray. Pedro dangerous in the box. Mad. Korean is a Man City fan in a trolling thing. He hates Man United. Mate, your money is a Russian money laundering asset. Oh, I said to us inside, these are fake Twitter allegations. So if you want to get done for defamation, then go ahead. Spreading false information, dangerous game. No, it's true. Robert's public knowledge, he admitted it. Bro, I don't know too much about it, so I'm going to stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? Well, big up the comments, man. Miami couldn't even get more than 4 passes in. For sure, unseen, man. Bro, I just shouldn't have been in the competition anyway. Let's be real. They only got in because Messi plays for them and Suarez and whatnot. So, yeah, man, it's mad. Knockout football, anything gonna happen for sure, bro. For sure. Like I said, obviously PSG, I've got, I think, Bayern Munich. So again, man, Bayern Munich turn up and they're on it. You never know, bro. That's one of the games that I did want to see in the knockout rounds in the Champions League, because I feel like in terms of stylistically, it could be like a neck and neck thing. Obviously, Bayern have got some good attacking players as well as PSG. So yeah, I'm interested. That'll be a good game, bro. That'll be a very good game. That's a Roman Abramovich with a laughing emoji. And are Miami just in it because they're hosting? Yeah, I think it's that, and because obviously Messi was there as well. So yeah, I feel like not a bribe, but it was kind of like, we'll just let you in kind of thing. Man said, yeah, LA Galaxy won the MLS. No, I don't even know. I didn't really follow it, bro. To be honest with you, man said Roman left like 5 years ago. What money laundering? Based on how bad Miami were, Mascherano should have came in and put some boots on and come on, just recreate the 2013 Barca team. Nah, I hear it, bro. I mean, when you actually watch them play, you can see the levels are so like lower than you would even anticipate. Do you know what I mean? Because even at least with the Brazilian teams, they give it a good go, and obviously there's some quality there. Do you know what I mean? To the point where they can beat a Chelsea or they can beat a PSG. Whereas I know Inter Miami beat Porto, but I don't know how they did that bad, to be honest with you. Because yeah, when you just look at the other games they played, they were just like out of their depth for sure. Even the opening game against the Saudi team, you're thinking they should have lost that about 4 or 5-0, especially when they missed the penalty. It was their keeper that kept them in it. So yeah, man. But obviously they're out now, and this is when the tournament probably gets serious anyway. You assume Man City are going to go through with obviously Inter Milan probably going through as well. So that should be a good quarterfinal game. And then Real Madrid and Dortmund should be the other one, you would assume, as well, man. And then you basically got like the Champions League in America, really, because the majority are going to be Champions League teams. So yeah, man. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what obviously happens with there for sure. Big up, they have Busquets as well as Alaba. Big up, Maradona is him. Big up, hello, hope you're well. There were barely any fans at Chelsea Benfica. Yeah, it was mad empty, bro. It was mad empty. Maradona is a crack. That's crazy. They looked all right against yeah, but they were crumbling a little bit in the second half. Yeah, man, they were a little bit, man. They were a little bit for sure. But again, it's one of those ones where you just got to look at the teams in general and just think, how well are these teams in general? Do you know what I mean? Against all the other teams, can they actually stand the test of time? I'm not too sure, man. But big up everyone tuning in, man. It says kind of the problem with doing it in the US for sure, especially with the heat as well, man. I feel like the World Cup games might end up suffering as well. The only good thing about it is obviously it's in Canada and in Mexico, so they can swap which kind of venue they use. But yeah, man. Maradona is him. It says, I thought people said Messi is still one of the best wingers in the world. What happened? Now, obviously, Messi's definitely past his best for sure, man. But he's still obviously one of the all-timers for sure. I guess it's good for the game over there. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's bringing more awareness, but America, they've never really messed with obviously soccer and stuff like that in there, bro. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of like it's a secondary sport for them, innit? Like the main ones are basketball and baseball and NFL. Like there's so many others, to be honest with you, that they were even hockey. Hockey's massive over there as well. That's why they've all got games. If you know, like the Maddens and the hockey games and stuff like that, basketball, NBA. So yeah, there's a lot more obviously baseball as well. There's a lot more stock in those kind of games rather than soccer or obviously American or football. Sorry. So yeah, bro, he's enjoying his half retirement for sure, but it makes it hard for the fans whose teams are actually going to progress. Especially, yeah, big up the fans that have actually gone over there to watch their team, man. Put some respect on Messi's name for completing football. Yeah, that World Cup win, man, he did it. Yeah, the heat as well is crazy. America is all about NFL, NBA, and baseball. It's not a football country. Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, 100%. That's literally what I just said, man. It's literally all about that. Most Ballon d'Ors as well. You know, all about Messi. Bro, hockey's very popular out there, man. People ride out for their hockey teams for sure. So it's literally every sport bar football, man. Like, but they just don't mess with it like that, innit? They had to call for the Chelsea game for ages because of the weather. Yeah, man. I'm hoping that's not obviously something that happens in the World Cup next year, man. Because yeah, that's going to be long days, bro. 2-hour wait for games, man. And especially if they start at like 1 o'clock, 11:30, stuff like that, bro. It's going to be like 4 or 5 o'clock, the way the game's still obviously playing and stuff. So, they just have to pick obviously countries or states or whatnot that doesn't really have that kind of massive weather conditions. Obviously, that was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I know obviously Florida tend to have these kind of like weather conditions as well. So yeah, man, Tampa, Florida as well. So yeah, man, there's a few that you probably need to avoid for sure. I back Chelsea in the finals against any team. We're no joke in finals. Do you think you're going to get there, Ray? That is the question, bro. Do you think you're going to get there? I don't know. I think, again, if you get, because you're going to probably get Manchester. I mean, to be fair, you beat Manchester City in a, well, you're not beating Manchester City, the Champions League final, isn't it? But yeah, there's potential you could get them for sure. It's like ice hockey in here. I respect Messi. Of course, he's just the third best player of all time. Who would you have over him, bro? I'm guessing you're going to go Maradona and Pele, I assume. I could be wrong, though. Get back on my barbecue Korean. EA Sports is an American organization as well. Football is last to them. Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. USA has so many sports. The Pulisic yep from the USA Commanders commentators. So the Pulisic yap from the USA commentators is always fun. They treat him like he's like the Messi, bro. Like Pulisic is the guy in America, isn't it? He's the main man. I tried to get into ice hockey, but the rules are cooked. Yeah, I'm sure I played it at school. We had like obviously not ice hockey, but hockey in it in general. But yeah, man, the rules are mad, and obviously they encourage fighting in it, which I never understood, fam. I think I played one of the games, and you can start fights on the game. Obviously, get sim binned or whatever, but it's a very dangerous sport as well, man. Obviously, that ice hockey guy that passed away when I think they had a game in Nottingham, because obviously the guy his blades hit his throat in it. Obviously, it's so sharp. Bro, it is. I know they've got obviously head guards and whatnot, but it is even like the sticks and whatnot, and even the puck as well. Everything's very heavy-handed. Like if it is you in the wrong direction, you're effed, man. So it is actually one of the most dangerous sports probably you could play when you think about all the hazards that can happen, falling on the ice, stuff like that, man. But yeah, man, it's crazy. These Ronaldo stan and Messi stans fighting each other when the two goats have made their peace and have been glazing each other in the public for quite some time now. But the goat for me is Messi for sure. Football is slowly growing in the US. Man said the LeBron James of soccer. Yeah, mad thing. I think Chelsea can win the Champions League. Standing on business for those at the back. Said it last week as well. I want to win it anyway. I need the money for kudos. calling Chelsea world champions with the badge for 4 years. Korean, do not let me get my hands on this trophy. Man said you lost to Flamengo. Don't they get encouraged to shin smack with the stick? Yeah, they do, bro. To like attack each other. It's weird. It's bro. I've never seen another sport which is not obviously like a boxing or a wrestling or whatever. So that encourages like attacking your opponent without like whatever the possession of what you're actually fighting for is, whether it's the ball or a puck or whatever. They encourage the fights in it. It's promoted. Like they want. Some people go there for the fights, man. Not even for the actual matches or whatever. It's mad. The culture is crazy. Big up Ray says Chelsea are fifth fave for the FIFA Club World Cup, but if we beat Man City in the semis, we'll go on to win it. This is what I said in my previous message. You Man City are looking strong. Yeah, man. And again, it all depends on if Man City even get there, because it's one-off games, knockout games. Who knows? Inter might beat them 1-0 and then they're out. And then this is what I mean about it. It's hard to predict, bro, because people that go further in the competition sometimes get shot knockouts because it's one-off game. They can lose on penalties, whatever the case may be in it. So, yeah, listen, as long as you're in it and you're staying in it, you're there to win it, man. But obviously, Chelsea needs to beat, obviously, the Brazilian team they've got next. So, yeah, man, loads of Brazilian fans. Miami, Pereira was packed. Maradona first, CR7 second, Messi third, Pele fourth. Well, CR7 over Messi. Interesting, man. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I don't even know how they selected the teams to take part in the CWC. Is even based on bro, I don't even know, bro. So I think some of them are. I think some of them were based off merit of European coefficient for the European teams. I think some of them were based off, like in Saudi, they have their Saudi version of the Champions League. If you've won that in the last 2 or 3, 4 years, you're in it. But then some of the American ones, I think, were in there from invitation from, obviously, FIFA. So, yeah, there wasn't all straight up in it, I think, to be honest with you. I can't believe Miguel said Man City's defense are not good. He clearly don't watch them. Man City are back to being serious. They've got 2 11s. Miguel has not clocked it yet. LOL. I think, to be honest with you, I think they do probably need another centre-back, but then like a top one to go with Diaz, and then they've got enough depth to cover with Akanji and Ake and stuff like that. It'd be interesting to see how he uses out Nori as well and Guardiola. Bro, they've got a lot of options, man. They've got a lot of plays in there, man. It's just be interesting to see how they use them for sure. Ice hockey looks grim. The amount of injuries as well. Bare injuries, bro. Loads of injuries, man. I think Arsenal will win it. Keeps up to have much more protection to even survive for sure. I think in its more conclusion, maximizing the reach of the game. Yeah, I don't rate Pele. Most of the goals he scored were probably offside. And the thing is, there's no actual evidence or actual video footage of the majority of his goals as well. He would get cooked in any top 5 leagues based off the athletics or the athleticism. Obviously, the athletes take care of themselves. Sorry. Different era, man. Different era for sure. I mean, I think, again, it all depends. And the thing is, though, you could argue and say, well, would Messi get the amount of goals he gets? Because, again, back then, you could just crunch, man, and that would be it. Like on the floor, and it wouldn't even be a foul. You could be definitely more aggressive, more physical, and still not get that foul given or red card given away from you. So I think it was either way. This is why I don't really like comparing errors, because again, it's literally like different rules in terms of what you can get away with, tackles you can do, things that you obviously can get sent off for, etc. Style of players, style of pitches, quality of pitches as well. Some of the pitches back in those days were atrocious. The ball's stopping, and it's not even like a weather condition thing. Like the balls are like stopping within the mud, and bro, you're having to kick it. It's like kick and rush. Like bro, the quality of football and the pitches weren't great back then. So yeah, man, I think it's all depending on what kind of era you grew up in and how you played football for sure. And probably a bit pay to win. You know what it is, like 50 years, you see these 10 meter sprinters running, they just look goofy as hell. That's how I see Pele. That's crazy. Korean, I didn't put him in the top 3. You have to consider it in the context of a game at the time. Yeah, sure, it's obviously know how they dominated that game. Korean, Pele did everything first, and I mean everything from flicks to bicycle kicks. He did it first, so you have to respect him. Yeah, I mean, hat-trick. You got a hat-trick in the World Cup? No, was that him that got a hat-trick in the World Cup final? No, I think he was the youngest player to ever score in the World Cup final before Mbappe. All right, he might be still is. I can't remember. But yeah, bro, he did his thing, man. He did his thing. Obviously, he was well renowned. 1,000 goals. Yeah, he did score 1,000 goals, man. Respect Pele. Pepe is playing this new system. Maybe he can get away, not signing the top draw centre-back, potentially. If anyone can do it, it is him, to be fair. But they're not done in the transfer window, so they might get one in later. I feel like they are going to get some more players for sure. I think potentially they might have to sell, not have to sell, but they'd want to sell to make room. The likes of Jack Grealish and all the players that are obviously on their book, that they're not going to use. So there is definitely definitely room, man, for it for sure. You don't score 1,000 goals and be shit. Also, Pepe won the World Cup twice. Have some respect. Won it at what, 18 was it, or 17? He scored in the final. So yeah, he is the original wonder kid. That's where that phrase comes from. Is from Pele, because again, no one had seen a player so young impact the biggest game I've seen in football before, where again he was the best player and scored in the final. So, and he won the World Cup twice, man. Again, a lot of people don't win it once. So to win it twice, you have to respect it for sure, man. Man said heavy as F. Or was it 3 World Cups? Damn. Okay, 3 then, man. Bro, listen, these achievements, they're very rare. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Bro, you have to realize that United legend had a drinking problem and still managed to stand out in that era. If any player in the Prem has a drinking problem, they're not playing for a very long time. Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean, bro. I mean, same with obviously Tony Allen's had a massive drinking problem as well, bro. I think he obviously got banned as well for a period of time. So yeah, man, it was a common thing, man. Drinking, gambling, doing like stuff off the pitch. Everyone was kind of doing it, so it kind of merged in together. But I feel like, again, maybe because, like I said, everyone was doing it. So again, it wasn't like a massive advantage if you weren't. Whereas in this era, if someone's doing that, the majority of people are not doing it. So it would be a massive disadvantage if you're doing that. Whereas back then, everyone was kind of, obviously not to that extent, but everyone was drinking. I remember obviously people were saying about Nigel Clough when they won like the Champions League. They'll be out drinking like all week, bro. Play the game and be back out drinking. Do you know what I mean? So that was just the culture back then, English culture anyway, was to drink and party and stuff like that and be up late hours of the night when obviously they were playing. So yeah, 3 World Cups, the Prem, the ball was heavier as well. Just what I mean, there's different elements of the games that were different. How many teams were in the World Cup when he won it? Very good question. I don't think there's that many as many as now, because obviously they did expand the World Cup, man. It's like comparing 2 slightly different sports with different rules and then comparing the players for like, yeah, that's a very good big up one scene. That's a very good comparison. It is, man, because again, different rules, different stages of obviously evolution in society in terms of what's acceptable, in terms of conditioning, the ball, the pitches, like everything is different, man. It's too wide of a gap to compare. Jack Grealish or Pele, this is what the chat sounds like. Also, internet didn't exist, scouting probably didn't exist. They would have had less training, nutritional, physiotherapy, etc. George Best would still cook. Says Maradona is him, man. Big up the chat, man. I'm gonna obviously head off now. It's been a really good stream. I'll be back later on in this afternoon, man. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna raid to my boy Shane, so make sure you say Tops raid. But yeah, big up everyone tuning in, man. I'll be back later. Don't hate to play the game. Until next time, people, I'm out.